What's going on, everybody? My name is Justin Gaming, and welcome to the sixth episode of Gaming at its Core. Today, we're joined by Blue Danger,
Yo,
OnlineZhD,
The Witcher 3 is trash.
shut the fuck up.
and Mule Kick Media. Yeah.
Hey, The Witcher 3 is good.
All right, yeah. So, as I said, Gaming at its Core is our weekly/bi-weekly podcast where we basically cover tons of gaming-related news of the week, and also our own segments that we like to add related to gaming, of course. So, the thing we like to start off with every single week is what has everyone been doing the past week in terms of gaming. So, I'll hand it off to Dan. You can start, actually. So, what have you been playing?
I wonder what he has been playing.
Alright. So, other than playing FIFA, which we all know I do, I did actually go ahead and I brought two games. Since the last podcast, I brought The Witcher 3 and Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year editions because I think The Witcher 3 was like 20 quid, Shadow of Mordor was 10 quid, so I got both. I've played a bit of them. I have played a lot more of Shadow of Mordor only because I just find that game way more addicting to play than The Witcher 3, even though I think The Witcher 3 is a better game. So yeah, I've been mainly playing those three throughout the week. I've played a bit of Uncharted 4 as well, but mainly those two games. So yeah, that's pretty much me. Done.
All right, Blue.
I've been playing a fair bit this week. I played Spelunky, I didn't really like it. I played Limbo. I completed Velocity 2X. But mostly I've been playing The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine expansion, which I just finished a few hours ago, and it's fucking
Good
phenomenal.
choice.
I bought a load of games that I haven't played yet because obviously the Easter sale was on, so I got the Metro bundle, the two really good first-person shooters. I got Dishonored 1 Definitive Edition. I got Dragon Age Inquisition, and I got Midlist Shadow of Mordor, and Three Fourths Home. And I actually beat Three Fourths Home. It's a really good indie game. But mostly just Blood and Wine all week, and just finished it today. It's a really, really fucking good expansion. But yeah, that's me for the week.
All right, Brandon.
I've been playing some God of War 3, trying to get through that game before, the new one comes out eventually, probably 2018. Been playing some CSGO with Justin, who, by the way, sucks ass at the game. Just FYI.
Thanks, man. I'm terrible.
Yeah, you are.
I'm terrible at CS:GO.
Other than that, I don't think I've been playing any more games besides maybe like a quick match of Call of Duty.
Bloodborne.
Yeah. But yeah, Bloodborne.
Raging
That's
at Bloodborne.
also, yeah,
Raging at Bloodborne. Just confirm that, people.
If you don't die at Bloodborne and you're not repeatedly dying, then you're doing something wrong, honestly.
Yeah, but
other than that, I played a little bit of Crash and Saint Trilogy. Yeah, that's a thing. So yeah.
so raging you would do.
And also Injustice 2.
Oh yeah, you want to explain that, like how you got to play a few of those games
Yeah,
early?
so pretty much I went to like a Comic-Con near my house or downtown, and PlayStation had that like Road to Greatness tour, and I looked online to see what kind of games they had for it, and they said like Disc Jam and like Injustice 2, so I was kind of expecting that. And then I went in and like Crash was like the first thing I saw, and I was just like, boy, this is gonna be great. And I did play it, but the thing was annoying is like you're playing on a TV and kind of like the controllers are kind of like laggy a little bit. So like I don't know, just the connection that a platformer needs to have just wasn't really there. It was hard to play, being there. But other than that, just seeing how the game would be, obviously when you have an ideal location like at your house, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to play more of that game. Injustice 2 is just pretty much kind of like a mixture of Injustice 1 and Mortal Kombat. They did say Farpoint was going to be there, but they didn't end up having Farpoint there. They didn't get it in time. Instead, they only had like the regular PlayStation VR World games, which honestly, if you've already have PSVR, you don't really care to play those again at like an event, which kind of sucks. I really wanted to try out Farpoint, but yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing though this week. I think, yeah, I did beat Wolfenstein and Titanfall 2 because it's been like 2 weeks since we did the podcast.
Yeah, we didn't have a podcast last week, so. All right, yeah. Anyways, for me, if I have to be completely honest, I actually haven't been playing that much PS4 because, let's see. Okay, so the only things I've played on PS4 is I've been playing a bit of Until Dawn. I'm actually almost done the game, so I'm like 3/4 way through. I think I'm probably gonna finish that this weekend. Yeah, and then after that I'll go for the platinum or something or whatever. But the main reason is simply because I've been playing a lot of CS:GO, as Brennan said. Aside from playing with him, I played with him like once, maybe like 1 or 2 games every night this past week. So on top of that, I've also been playing at school. So yeah. Well, it's actually not school. It's like my co-op, but yeah, whatever. I've been playing like 2 games every single day at co-op. But yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically just trying to rank up in CS:GO,
What's your rank? What's your
which I
rank, Justin?
failed to do. I'm the lowest rank. I'm the
What's your rank,
lowest
Justin?
Yeah, silver 1. All right, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not that good. Okay, but to be fair, I did good on like a few games, but a few other games I just did trash.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me. So yeah, that we can move away from that now. So yeah, the next thing we can talk about is the news of the week. So obviously, the biggest news headline of the week is obviously the reveal of Call of Duty World War II. So, if you guys want to give your quick thoughts about Call of Duty World War II, what you thought about the trailer and stuff like that.
Oh,
I'll start since I quite loved that. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we had a
There you
huge
go.
debate about this. So
Yeah.
about the
I know
trailer.
what Blue's gonna say about it.
Garbage.
Alright,
on.
yeah.
Garbage ass trailer, but an interesting looking game. That's what you're gonna say.
Yeah, basically. That trailer,
I
was
thought
a,
the trailer
I
wasn't
thought
that
the trailer was a
bad.
fucking mess, but the game, the little bits he showed, it was decent.
Okay. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I don't know. For Call of Duty campaigns, you kind of know what you're gonna get into. So as long as you see like some footage and you get the location, just like how the game will play. To me, E3 when we get that whole gameplay reveal will probably be like the big moment of like where we pretty much get like the most of what this next Call of Duty will be. I don't think if you guys knew this, I did love. Oh, I love's a weird word, but like I loved Advanced Warfare compared to the other games. It's a really good game. I liked the zombies mode. I liked the multiplayer. The campaign was great as well. I felt like it was like one of the Call of Duties where I really liked every single aspect that they tried to do on. Things like with Treyarch, I didn't really like the campaign. I thought the multiplayer was decent, but the zombies I couldn't get into.
Oh god, I
Seems like
hated
one out
the
of three
Black Ops 3
aspects.
campaign.
Why does everybody fucking
Yeah, with
bitch
the
on the
co-op
cap?
thing and
Nah,
everything.
mate. Black Ops
I thought it was
Black
sure,
Black
so
Ops
wait
3
your turn, wait your
campaign,
turn,
if you
shush.
played it solo, actually had an
I did play
ambitious
solo.
score. Yeah, but did you actually try and
Well, I haven't
research the
finished it
story
yet.
as to what it
I haven't
was?
finished it yet.
So you haven't finished
You
it?
shouldn't have to.
No.
It's in the fucking game.
It's
You
supposed
shouldn't
to,
have to research
it's supposed to tell you, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but it does tell you. You just need to look for
Research our
it.
game.
Mate, bro,
to find a true
if you
ending.
actually slow down the loading title screen on the first level of the game, then it actually tells you what happens, and throughout the game, all the events where you're like, that doesn't make sense. It makes sense.
Still a
You
trash
just
game.
need to actually look at the answers that are in front of you. You just don't see them the first time around. Like,
I'm seeing it with that half that
if,
screen
if,
co-op.
if you go online and you search up the story of Black Ops 3, you'll be impressed by what it actually is. Like, it blew me away the first time around because I was like, I finished the game and I'm like, what the fuck is all this stuff? Like, why was the last sequence like a dream thing? Why on earth do you say like John Taylor at the end?
Because what you're making the argument, you got to research it, right? Two things. One, you shouldn't have to. It's in the fucking game. You shouldn't have to look it up unless the story's complex. Black Ops 3 was a mindfuck for the sake of being a mindfuck, not in a good way. The same way Bioshock Infinite was, where you have to think about the end, and that wasn't to think about it. You have to fucking research what happened. It's about as shit as Destiny
Yeah, but
story.
I didn't actually go.
campaign got
It's not like I
sacrificed
went
for the
online
sake
and
of it.
researched the whole thing though. I actually went back and played the game. I didn't look at any of the theory videos online because I didn't want to. I wanted to find it out for myself in the game. I didn't want to have to rely on a third party to give that information to me on another source. I wanted to actually go for it on the game, and that's how I found it out. Not online like most people. I wanted to go over because I knew Treyarch could tell good stories, and I wanted to try and find out what that story was in Black Ops 3. It is good. I'm not saying it's great by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's way too ambitious and way too overcomplex, but I don't think it deserves to be shat on as much as it does. Like, Treyarch tried something different. I have to commend them for that. Sure, it might have not worked completely, but it was still interesting, just not anywhere near as good as consistent as Black Ops 1 story or even Black Ops 2's. That's all I'm saying.
Because the campaign got sacrificed for the
Yeah,
sake of having
yeah,
four-player
that
co-op, and they
was
just
what I
went
didn't
for
like.
the sake of having a mindfuck.
Yeah.
There's so many plot holes in that game. It's fucking ridiculous. The fact that you have to actually search up anything about the campaign is ridiculous in itself.
Do you even know the story of the
Because
campaign?
it should be in the game.
Why was it co-op to begin with? Like, why?
Because they thought exactly what Dan just said. They were too ambitious for their own good, and they tried something different, and it didn't work. I'm not shitting on them as a developer. What?
I said zombies itself is co-op. It's like
Well, no, that's what I mean. There was no reason to make it. It's a fucking single-player campaign. That's the point of it being a single-player campaign, not a fucking four-player co-op. It weren't as good as the older COD stories, and it certainly weren't even good enough to hold itself up. It's fucking mediocre, and it was all sacrificed for the sake of having co-op. Same way the way most open world game stories are. They just bland, basic. You know what's going to happen for the sake of having four-player co-op. It's like, what's the fucking point?
Mhm.
And the zombies was fucking garbage
Yeah.
unless you bought the DLC. That was fucking awful.
Yeah, I didn't like it either.
Fucking awful. Unless you bought
So
the.
I remember.
the-
I remember. I have like maybe like hundreds of hours into Black Ops 2 zombies. And
Yeah, and Black Ops 2 Zombies
I
weren't even
hated
the best. I
Black Ops
mean,
3
Black Ops 1
zombies.
was the best. Black Ops 2's multiplayer was fucking phenomenal.
Black Ops 3 Zombies, I didn't
Yeah,
like it all.
the sad
fucking
part is I
garbage.
actually brought Black Ops 3 Season Pass, and the only map I actually enjoyed was the giant map, just because it was the remake of Derice. That was the only map I enjoyed from it, and I really do regret buying it, because all the other maps were just so boring and uninteresting.
Yeah. That's the thing. I feel like Advanced Warfare was pretty great in my opinion.
Yeah,
like the maps
those
and
zombie
everything,
maps were
in my own
great,
opinion.
man.
I feel like they know how to make a fun game while also still like, you know, making sure it's quality wise.
Yeah.
And like have a good balanced
Yeah.
game. And I really looking forward to seeing what they do in that old setting and
Yeah.
seeing like, I don't know. To me, they're easily my favorite out of all the COD devs, you know, past Treyarch. Everybody says Treyarch's the best, but to
No,
be honest, it's
I would
Sledgehammer,
say Sledgehammer, and plus with the background they come from, because I correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the two lead like designers on the game, like or directors, I can't remember exactly. They used to work at what was it, Visceral, wasn't it? And they worked on
Yeah, with Dead Space.
Yeah,
They said that World War II Zombies is going to be kind of like their second horror game.
yeah.
Which is
That's
pretty
what
cool.
I'm really interested
Dead
by,
Space.
because
Looking forward to seeing it.
I love Dead Space. I think it's one of my favorite horror games. Like I remember playing that game on the PS3, and it gave me nightmares for weeks. So if you know the World War II Zombies mode is going to be anything like that, then yeah, I'm definitely interested as to what they'll do with it.
Yeah, they also announced that there's
Or the second or the third. What did you think about the third? The one that got put in for
Oh,
co-op
I
again,
hated
and
that.
just
I hate that.
turned to
It's
shit.
kind of it just felt like it sacrificed everything that was so good about the campaigns of the first two games. Because like, admittedly, I still like Dead Space 2. I didn't like I mean, I wasn't a big fan of the fact they tried to make it more of an action game, but I still liked it. 3, they just completely shit the bed. It felt like EA just had way too much control over the making of that game. Like adding in that co-op element.
Mainstream for what it was. It was a survival horror
Yeah.
game, not a fucking mainstream
Yeah,
multiplayer game. And again, another example of a game story and horror elements getting sacrificed for the sake of co-op.
Yeah,
It's fucking
that
stupid.
annoyed me so much.
Yeah. Some more details that they announced about the game is they're going to be kind of doing like a Destiny Tower thing called the headquarters, where like I think
So
they
they're
said,
going in
the
like
max
MMO
players 40.
aspects.
I don't know. It's like a social hub, kind of like the tower was. I'm not. They haven't really gone into detail yet because this is just a preview event.
Yeah.
I think they said they'll bring it to E3, so we'll probably see footage there. But it's kind of like the Destiny Tower in a way where you can just socialize with some friends. I think they said like 40, 50 players max, so it's like a pretty big area that you could talk to. It's like kind of like a base camp. I'm guessing maybe they'll have like shooting ranges there or something like that. Just thinking of ideas. Trying out new guns, probably. I'm not sure, but yeah, it seems pretty cool. Cool way to like try out DLC weapons, just hang out with some friends, and hopefully they do some pretty cool stuff with it. And it seems like with zombies, multiplayer, and single player campaign, that's just gonna be like a fourth thing you can do, or part of multiplayer. Pretty cool.
Yeah, but COD World War 2 and Destiny 2 are both haven't had like proper gameplay reveals yet.
Yeah.
And obviously they're both going to be shown at Sony's conference. I'm worried that they're going to get a majority of that conference like lineup. Like seriously, I'm thinking about this because there's barely any developers left to like come in and be like, we're making a game.
Yeah. What about?
And then you've got these shooters with like exclusively tagged content. Neither of them have had proper gameplay reveals. It kind of seems a bit of a like, all right, Sony's conference is just not going to be up to par. I hope not, though. I hope not.
Out of all the shooters, I don't think we've seen any footage, huh? Because Battlefront 2 hasn't had any gameplay footage, huh?
No.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that later, right? So.
Well,
But
yeah,
that'll be the EA conference. That wouldn't be Sony's.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? They have like that whole PlayStation partnership with it. Does PlayStation have all 3 of those shooters with like freaking?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think they do.
I don't know. Battlefront is definitely PlayStation.
I think they
had
do
that
actually.
as well,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Damn, son.
Yeah, I mean they kind of need to if they want to go against that Scorpio in terms of third party this fall. I mean I haven't seen what Scorpio has to offer. Nobody has, but yeah.
It doesn't have anything to offer, bro.
Okay. Yep.
Not seen Forza running on a fucking Xbox Scorpio. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, I think the only details left are really that the campaign's not gonna let you regenerate health for some.
Yeah, I was interested.
That's pretty cool.
That's true.
Yeah.
I can feel like that goes either way. Like I can feel that really being like a bad addition, but I can also see that being a good addition.
Yeah.
Depending on how to do it.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I mean, it makes it seem like all the good players just can't run into the world and be like a freaking World War II god in the middle of war. Just shooting.
Yeah, but how is that going to affect difficulty levels? Because if you go on a survival difficulty, it's going to be hard enough on its own, and then you've got like no health regen on any fucking mode. So how's it going to work in the fucking harder difficulties? You're just going to completely buff up the game.
I'm sure they've thought about that, and I hope they have. So, looking forward to seeing what they do with it. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure they have. Come on, they're not gonna do something that big for a single player campaign and screw it up. They wouldn't. But yeah, that's pretty much Call of Duty World War II.
All right, yeah, that's cool. So let's see. Nintendo 2DS XL and Mario Kart 8 on the Switch. So
Well,
No,
one of
you
them's
should
kind of
love
like
the
a release
2DS.
on the week. Yeah, the 2DS. Honestly, I don't even. That's like another thing where Nintendo does some weird crap, and it's, yeah. I mean, it looks cool, but definitely like if you want to play Nintendo games on the go, just get a Switch now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no point in getting a 2DS. It's like you could either play mobile games or spend $150 more to play the freaking Super Mario Odyssey and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the go. I kind of know what I would choose on there, but yeah.
I think wouldn't it be better if they just focused on the Switch instead of pushing?
Yeah,
like, the new
that's the thing.
2DS
Like,
XL?
it's kind of weird. Yeah. It's Nintendo, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
at the
but-
moment, the 3DS and 2DS are the highest selling
Yeah,
hardware. So
Yeah. I mean,
they're
Pokemon,
not
like,
just gonna
sells
abandon
great
it just
numbers.
because the Switch is out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still, like, where they make the most.
Mario Kart looks
And,
fucking
yeah,
amazing though.
Mario Kart, yeah, Mario
Yeah.
Kart 8.
Mario
I'll
Kart
always have a
Deluxe looks
special
cool.
place for Mario Kart. Always.
Yeah. It looks really
I used
good
to play
to
Mario
me.
Kart all the
Yeah.
time.
It looks really good to me because I never played Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. So, like, just having 48 racetracks, because it includes all the DLC and everything. 48 racetracks, I think they said, and like 8 battle tracks or something. Just seems like a complete package, and it seems like, a no-brainer if you haven't even played Mario Kart 8.
Oh, Mario Kart is the
Definitely
best
looks
Mario
good.
Kart since probably Double Dash.
Yeah, that's pretty big praise.
Yep, it's fucking amazing. And the fact that it's got all the content in is just another reason to buy the Switch for anyone who didn't play it, because I don't think many people did.
Looks good. I mean, yeah, none of us have played it because we don't own Switches yet. But yeah, cool though, nonetheless. I see it. Like, I don't know. It seems like it's already getting great games for the system. I mean, it's a port, but like a lot of people didn't buy the Wii U, so there's that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also one more release
Outlast
of the
is
week.
good.
Oh,
Outlast
yeah.
2. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool. I mean, I have yet to play it because really I'm busy with some games. I never actually played the first one, even though I have it on PlayStation Plus. It's one of those games that I keep forgetting to play because I haven't downloaded it
Nah,
yet.
you need to,
It's just in my
you need
library.
to play that.
Yeah, I definitely
Really
need to play
need
it.
to
Maybe
play it.
it's like a summer title. Yeah, I've already seen some footage of it. I remember watching BG play it when it first came out. Hella funny. But yeah,
Fucking
I can't
horrendous.
wait to play it.
That's my opinion. I mean, I don't think it's the best horror game ever made. I'm probably with Dan. Silent Hill is, but
Didn't you say it's your favorite horror game ever made? In your
favorite horror game, yeah, not best. Because there's so many bits in that game that are actually fucked up. Like that, the whole fucking last 15 minutes
Yeah.
of the game is dog shit, pure dog shit. Like it makes no sense at all. It's just a complete bollocks ending. But
Mm.
in terms of like a horror game, it's like most horror games just resort to jump scares, and whilst they're in this game, it's like it actually builds up a sense of fear and it builds up to those jump scares. It's not just like fucking Five Nights at Freddy's just throwing shit at your face and expecting you to jump 24/7.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
terms of horror game, it's really good. So Outlast 2, I absolutely can't wait to play. And it just looks, it's what I love about Outlast. It's so fucking weird. It's so fucked up and gory and just, oh, I love it so much. Love it.
Do you know what the
love it,
story
love
is in the new one? Is it going back to that asylum or something?
it. No, I don't know what the fuck the story is about. I haven't
Yeah,
looked into
I've
it
kind
much.
of just
I
gone in
can't-
blindly.
Honestly,
I'd-
it's probably better
yeah,
to go. Yeah,
I've just gone in blindly on purpose because I probably will get it, but maybe when it's at a reduced price. Just because at the moment I'm not feeling the urge to get it, but if it goes down in price, then I'll definitely get it just because of how much I loved the first one.
I'll probably
Yeah.
buy it this week. I just need to fucking play Edith.
I want you to live stream it.
I mean, I've like Resident Evil 4 to play and stuff, and I've heard that game's like one of the best games of all time. So Sure,
That's
that
more of a
first.
third-person shooter though than a horror game. Everyone talks about it as if it's a horror game. It's really not.
Resident
It's
Evil
more-
4,
Yeah, it's more of a third-person shooter.
Resident Evil 5 is more of like a third-person shooter.
Oh no, that's just a pile of shit. That's what that game is.
Okay.
Fucking despise that. Fucking awful. Seriously. But
Opinions-
no, I can't wait for Outlast 2. Absolutely can't wait.
Yeah. Same. So that's pretty much the news of the week, right? I mean, not the
Well,
news
actually,
of the week, but like
there's
pretty
a bit
much
more.
the
We have a
releases.
bit more. We have a bit more.
Yeah,
Edith
There's still
Finch.
what remains of Edith and Finch, which I know
Edith
Blue
Finch.
got. So
that's right. The
Fucking-
indie game.
Oh my god, I can't wait for this
Oh
game.
my god,
Absolutely
don't care.
didn't you get it already?
Yep, bought it. I just finished Blood and Water. I'm just gonna do everything I've got to do in Blood and Water, and then I'll probably play it tomorrow. And it's getting good. It's sat at like an 89 on Metacritic. It looks really good. Giant Sparrow just make really, really good games.
Don't really care for the game because I haven't seen much of it. I haven't seen any
It's
of it
fucking
actually.
amazing. Well, it looks fucking amazing.
What's it about? I just know it's an indie game.
It's what's it called? It's about a family called the Finch family, and basically you're in this house and there's different rooms that tells a story about a different family member, and at the end of every story, they die, and it's the different ways that they die, and it's all fucked up, and it's like it's not so much a horror game, just an atmospheric game, kind of similar to, or it looks similar to Gone Home, but a bit more eerie, a bit darker. But yeah, I absolutely can't wait for that game. Absolutely can't wait.
Gone Home was a cool game, but it's kind of weird.
It's so good.
Like it was really good, but like just the way, I don't know, it's just yeah, it was cool though. I liked it, like when you find the audio logs and everything, like the secret rooms is pretty cool. Really fun game. It was unique.
Yep.
Yeah, the PlayStation Plus games also got revealed this week.
Oh, I was so pissed off.
So
about this.
in here, North America, we have Abzu and Tales of the Borderlands.
Bullshit.
And I think you guys
Bullshit.
or UK, you guys don't have it.
Bullshit.
Right? You have,
Alienation,
Alienation.
I was
Yeah,
so looking
Alienation.
forward to Abzu as well. That's what annoyed me so much. It was a game I wanted to
Make a
buy.
US PS Plus, make a US account and get the PS Plus 2-week free trial.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
But no.
And then you
Yeah,
just
but
set
that
a
requires
primary system.
effort, Blue. Why the fuck couldn't they just make it a Europe release? Fucking benders.
Because we get a fucking amazing Housemarque game.
No,
instead.
I'd rather play Abzu any day of the
Really?
week than Alienation. I'm sorry, but Abzu just interests me way more.
Yeah, Abzu's a better game than Alienation, but Alienation's still a great game. Like, seriously, Housemarque understand gameplay like fuck all else in the industry. Like, seriously, I absolutely can't wait for Next Machina and Matterfall and the third project that they're working on.
No
Seriously,
clue
I'd
what
try,
you're
if I was you, I'd try out Alienation. at
Fine,
least.
yeah, but it's still
And just make a US
it just
Plus
makes
account.
me so salty at the fact that they did it, but then it took them like a good wait. How long did it take them to announce like that? Oh yeah, you don't get Abzu in Europe. Wasn't it like an hour or two after the announcements? Like for the Get What Games
Oh,
Store.
talking about. That sucks.
Yeah, that's what annoyed me so well. I was
That's weird.
caught up in the hype for it. But hey, at least I get Tales of the Borderlands because I'm totally
That's a good game.
looking for.
I haven't played that
Yeah.
yet, so I can't wait to play that. But I like Borderlands 1 and 2.
One of the best Telltale game series. I mean, Walking Dead's still their best because just how good those series are.
Yeah.
In many ways, like the pacing and just the story in those games are even rival to TV show seasons in some
Better
part.
than the TV show.
But definitely,
They run like
Yeah.
shit, though. They run like
Yeah.
complete shit.
certain. Yeah, that's true.
And they have no reason to either because they're not exactly ambitious on the gameplay
That's the
level.
thing. One of these podcasts, I want to make a topic about Telltale games because I don't know, just based on how their games are now compared to than they used to be, I feel like it's kind of a
Yeah.
problem. But that's a topic for another day. But Tales from the Borderlands, great game. Definitely, if any of you guys are watching this, obviously you probably have PlayStation Plus. If you're a PlayStation fan, definitely download and give Tales from the Borderlands a try.
And
Even
Abzu,
if it's one of those
fucking
25.
get
Yeah.
Abzu. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
It's like
I'm
Journey
glad I
on
didn't
the
buy
Wa-
Abzu.
It's like
I was
Journey
gonna
on
buy
the
that
water,
game.
but with like less fluid controls.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to Abzu.
Its music, its soundtrack is so fucking good. It's unreal.
hmm It looks good. It looked graphically, it looks really cool.
Yeah, it does. Really nice.
Stuff.
Aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to play that. I'm so glad I didn't buy that. Because I already have Tales from the Borderlands, and if I buy Abzu already, then I'd have like no games this month. So,
Yeah.
it's a good thing.
Mhm.
And yeah, those are PlayStation Plus games. I mean, is it still getting hated on? I didn't really see the reception on like. the
No,
videos.
it got a load of likes, like a lot.
Yeah,
of shit.
more
People
likes
are
this
like,
month.
PS Plus is starting to step up, but to be honest, a few weeks ago I was like, oh, I don't really like PlayStation Plus. Then Brandon obviously said like, well, it's not. It's actually pretty decent. And then I watched the Kind of Funny podcast, and they were saying like, oh, well, actually PS Plus is really good. And I was thinking, hang on, let me just look up what games just came out for PS Plus in the last 3 years. Excuse me. There's so many fucking good ones I didn't even realize. Like seriously, I didn't realize how good the lineup was over the past
Yeah.
like fucking 3 years, 2 years alone. Fucking 2015 was such a good year as well. But yeah,
One of the games
PS Plus is still good. And in honestly, as a service, I've completely changed around on that. It's a really, really good service. It's bullshit. It's required for online, but in terms of what you're getting for your money, it's really, really good. I mean, games like Abzu, it's one of those where it's like you wouldn't have bought it otherwise, so you get to play this
Yeah.
amazing game. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've really changed my head around this, and it's just looking like it's on the up. I mean, what? Little Big Planet 3, Tearaway, Alien Nation, fucking
Journey.
Abzu, Tales of the Borderlands. No, I'm talking about this year.
Wait, didn't Journey come out this year? Or was it end of last year?
No, it was
No, it
last
was
year
last
because we
year.
got
Oh
the
yeah.
fucking thing, Lords of the Fallen
Yeah.
as well. That's
Oh
what it
yeah.
was.
Oh yeah, and then we got NBA 2K16 or something
Oh.
like that. One of the, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
like in
cool.
the summertime. That was a great
It
game.
came out like in July, I think.
I
Or,
can't stop.
No,
Yeah.
You know, it sucks. Like one of the months they gave away Binding of Isaac, and I just wasn't like playing games at the time, and I missed that, which sucks.
Oh,
Really
that's such a good
wish I
indie
could've
game.
gotten that.
That's
Yeah,
so
it's such a good. It's like the
good.
old Zelda. Yeah.
Everyone
cool.
praises that game to shit. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, the PS Plus
I
lineup was really
I
good.
pulled up the PlayStation Plus lineup and it has 8,000 around likes and 2.6k dislikes. It still has quite a bit of hate, which is just the casuals that want to see their
Yeah, I think those are the
freaking
people that want
FIFAs
to
and their
play.
NBAs
No,
and
that's
all
just
those
because
games on there.
indie games generally get hated on because they're not AAA. It's like fucking
Yeah.
suck a dick.
Yeah, no, it's stupid. It definitely seems like a better month than last month. I mean, we got drawn to death last month, but I don't know. I haven't really played it in a while because I don't know, just haven't really gripped me. I played it for like the first week or so, first 2 weeks.
It's a David Java game. It's good. It's just that.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I guess if you want to talk about more releases of the week, there is one more thing. Technically, the Prey demo did release.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
downloaded that. I'm gonna
I
play
still
it
haven't
tomorrow.
played it.
I
I'm
need to
probably
play
gonna
it.
play it
Yeah, I
on
need to
Monday.
I played the first half an hour to 45 minutes, and it's pretty cool.
How long is the
I
demo?
don't know. It's supposed to be like the opening hour or so.
Oh damn, really?
Thing is, like, I played BioShock just recently via the collection, and I still prefer it way over this game. Something about this game just does not grip me at all. Like, the movement feels really clunky or slow, and just like when you're moving, like there's like a kind of blur to it that makes you really feel like kind of slow and just
Yeah.
I don't know, just something off about the game and just the way that you pick your weapons and the way that you just combat works and everything. Just feels off to me. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be buying it. I'm kind of glad there's a demo for it, but yeah, I don't know. I just recently played through BioShock on the collection, and I still prefer it, even though it's a game from 2007, 10 years ago.
BioShock's one of the best games ever.
Yeah.
Made. It's fucking unbelievable. Fucking
Yeah.
unbelievably good. Well, I can't wait for Prey. It just looks so fucked up and unique. But the one thing that I pointed out, though, I pointed this out when I first saw the trailer. Oh fuck, the fucking enemy designs look so basic and bland. It's ridiculous. Like they're all just blobs. Like that's it. They're all just black blobs, and that's it. There's no fucking diversity in any of the enemy races. So it's like, what's the point? You know what I mean? But no, I can't wait. I get what you're saying though about if the game mechanics don't feel smooth, because in an FPS like that, BioShock was really smooth and had really great mechanics. So that's what Prey needs to have if it's gonna, because it's gonna be compared so heavily to BioShock, and if it's not
It
standing
really
up on
gives
a
you that
gameplay level-
BioShock kind of thing with System Shock and like,
yeah,
those kind of
exactly. So if it's not
because like
standing
you
up
even
on its
start with a
own-
wrench. I mean,
yeah,
like how
well, oh fucking hell, exactly. So if it
Yeah.
can't stand up on its own merits on gameplay wise, then people are gonna start hating on it because they're just 24/7 gonna compare it to BioShock. But I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful.
I'm not gonna buy it though, just based on what I played. I don't know. It just hasn't gripped me.
May is a fucking huge month. Like seriously,
Yeah.
Yeah.
fucking huge.
Yeah. Injustice 2. It's gonna be great.
Perception, fucking 30th of May. Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's right. Made by the creators of BioShock, right?
Ex BioShock devs, yep. And
Ex-BioShock.
Farpoint and just oh god.
Yeah.
So many.
I probably won't pick up Farpoint until I wish I could have tried it, but like I don't know. VR is kind of like a thing I have in my living room. It's really annoying to set up and everything with my brother out there.
The campaign's only 4 hours long.
Really? They announced that?
Yep. But it's
$50
fully
game,
playable in
4
co-op,
hours.
so that's
Yeah.
again.
I mean, then again, you see Batman Arkham Knight. That was 1 hour, and how good that was for 1 hour. And like, if they can even do anything as good as that for 4
the
hours,
opening,
it'd be great.
the actual only good part of Arkham Knight that's even slightly great.
Oh no, not Arkham Knight. I meant Arkham
Oh,
VR.
Arkham VR. Oh, damn.
The VR.
That
That
was
would have
only
been a weird
an hour and a half,
transition if I was
though, wasn't it?
comparing that to Arkham Knight.
Nah, mate. Arkham VR is
Yeah.
better. We all know this.
That's
Oh,
what I'm
really?
comparing it to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh,
Yeah, Arkham
I
VR is
can't
great, honestly.
Yeah.
Best VR game, honestly, out there.
which? Arkham?
Yeah, Arkham VR.
I'd say Battlezone myself. Battlezone or Until
Battlezone,
Dawn.
really?
Yeah, Until
Yep,
Dawn Rush of
I
Blood.
fucking adore
Until
Battlezone.
Dawn's great. Until Dawn's great. The atmosphere in that game.
And Robinson's probably the
Even
shittest of the big
freaking
ones.
loading screen. But yeah, I think that's been the releases of this week. Anything we're missing? I don't think there is anything.
Nope, there isn't.
Or not
think
really a
that's it.
slow week. I mean, it's in between.
It's
Pretty
good.
cool week.
It's good.
No, it's fucking great. Fucking needs a
Yeah.
finish. Hell yeah.
All right, so yeah, since we're getting so many like big first-person shooters this fall with Call of Duty World War II and Destiny 2 and Battlefront 2, of course, we basically decided why not have a segment basically debating on which one you think will be the most successful, I guess, this fall, and which one you think you'll be getting.
Ooh.
So,
I already know which is going to be the most successful. Battlefront.
well,
probably.
yeah,
Battlefront by a
Yeah.
mile.
Yeah.
Original Battlefront sold like 27 million units. This one's
Yeah.
clearly gonna say if this
People are
one's
saying
any...
Call of Duty, but like, there's no way.
no way is COD this year gonna get 27 million units. No fucking way.
No way.
It won't surpass 10.
Nah. They've been going
Yeah.
down it like every year, haven't
how
they?
much did Infinite Warfare sell last year?
Infinite Warfare on I don't know what the overall statistics are. I know they're around the what were they around? It was I swear down, it was less than 5 million because I know on
Damn,
PC
really?
Black Ops 3 sold like a few 100,000 copies. Infinite Warfare sold like 20,000. So
Okay.
overall statistics, I would imagine not that high,
Hmm.
which is bullshit because it's just because of its setting. If that would take COD off that, everyone would praise that game.
Nah, I didn't like Infinite Warfare.
Based on what I've seen so far, I'm not sure what I'd choose. Holy crap! I
So
feel like
which one? Yeah,
we've
which
seen
one do you think
nothing
you're gonna
we've
get? If
seen
you can only
nothing
get
of
one.
Destiny
If
2.
you can
It's
only
so
get
hard
one.
to
Yeah,
see
that's
this
true. That's true. That's true.
because we've legit seen only a CGI trailer. Just based on
Yeah,
what we've seen so
I
far,
mean,
and
E3
given
is
that
gonna be
the
awesome.
Yeah.
We're gonna see so much at E3.
That's
like,
why I'm
for each
holding
game.
off. Like that's why I'm probably gonna hold off which ones I'm gonna buy. Like in my mind, 100% until E3, because I want to see gameplay of these. Like all we've seen is cutscenes.
How many do you think you're
Battlefront
gonna get?
2 is
How many do you think you're gonna get out of the three?
out of the
Do you think
three.
any of you will get any of them?
All
Do you
three,
think you'll
yeah.
get all three?
All three.
Yep.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Really?
Even
I'm
Battlefront
gonna
2 's
pre-order. I
last-
think I'm gonna pre-order Destiny.
Oh,
I might. It depends on what we see because again, like Brandon just said, we've only seen a CGI, and even if we see gameplay, I'm kind of like losing faith in Bungie because they showed fucking original Destiny gameplay and it was not unlike the final product.
How BS is it that they announced DLC before we even see gameplay? Like,
I
what the
hated
heck?
that they started announcing season passes before the game's out. It's like, don't no, you mismarketed the first game and you're doing that. That's a really bad business strategy.
It's
Really
crazy how
bad.
late we're gonna see how this game looks. You know, this game's coming out in like early September, which is like 4 months away almost here now. Like just a little over
Yeah,
4 months
well,
away. So
well,
by the time we
that's-
see the full gameplay reveal, it's gonna be less than 4 months to the game, which is honestly crazy. I don't think any like big game like that has been like just revealed gameplay 4 months before. I mean, Fallout 4, I believe they showed off like 5 months before, 5, 6.
6, wasn't it? It was because
Yeah,
it was
about that.
November release, wasn't it? And then it was shown in
Yeah,
E3.
yeah. Damn, I'm really looking forward to seeing that Destiny 2 gameplay reveal since press are gonna be able to play it, but we haven't seen any footage so far. I'd say Call of Duty World War II, just based on like the past of Sledgehammer and what
Well,
we've seen, and
I've
just how
already
much
got a
there's gonna
beta
be in this
code
game.
for Destiny 2, so I'll try out the beta, see what it's like.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pre-order Destiny 2 just to try out the beta.
Yeah, exactly. You might as well.
Cancel recording.
In terms of which one I'm gonna buy, well, I'm hesitant because I want to say all three, but at the same time, I always try and wait until the week it comes out to see what people are saying about it.
Yeah,
But I know I'm probably gonna pick up Destiny 2, just for the sake of like I'll play it with all my mates.
Oh,
It's
God.
just one of
oh
those
shit.
games.
yeah.
In terms
Oh,
of COD
shit,
World
I
War
know.
2, it depends on how good the campaign is because I liked Battlefield 1, but it was just never something I really got invested into just because I can't, these days I just don't play multiplayer. It's few and far between with the multiplayer game if I play it for like 100 hours anymore. It's more
Okay.
single player games I prefer
People
playing.
watching the podcast are hearing us say "oh shit," and they probably don't know why, but Jaden just joined us to give some context there. Want to introduce yourself?
Go
Jaden,
on,
you want to
Jake.
let yourself be heard?
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Jaden. The Starks. For
Mm.
those who don't know. So yeah,
16-year-old
Jaden. Right now,
gamer.
right now we're talking about Call of Duty World War II versus Destiny 2 and versus Battlefront 2, because this fall's gonna have three big first-person shooters, and we're basically debating which one we're probably gonna be getting and which one we think is gonna be the most successful.
I'm gonna get COD.
Same.
You're gonna get COD? Are you gonna get Destiny 2 or Battlefront 2?
Nope.
I feel like I'm probably only gonna get one. So I think I think Battlefront 2 could potentially be really good because
I'm not
like,
gonna
they
get
can fix
Battlefront
upon
2.
a lot of the mistakes they did in the first one. Same thing with Destiny 2 though, as well. Like I don't know
Yeah.
though, because like Star Wars Battlefront is like something I never really cared about.
You don't
To
care
me,
about
You know me,
Star Wars,
I don't
Yeah,
care about Star
same,
Wars at all.
actually.
I haven't even watched a single Star Wars movie, so
Exactly.
I
But
like Star Wars.
in terms of Battlefront,
I feel like I should. I feel like I should.
Well, if you
Yeah.
get what, but don't
I just
before
feel
you
like
play
you have to put so
Battlefront
much
or
time
hear about it, just watch at least one film.
Just not the
so you've got
prequels.
context. That's what I'm doing with Middle Earth. I'm gonna watch Lord of the Rings and then play it, so I've got some
Oh,
context.
you need to watch it. I love
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings now.
Yeah,
Totally. I'm glad
but
I
in
watched it.
Battlefront 2, I think. I mean, everything that they're saying. I mean, it could just be PR bullshit like the first game, but everything that they're saying, the scrapping season passes, they're including a single player campaign. Everything looks really good. It's taking place in a good time era. The multiplayer is going to have Clone Wars fucking maps and modes and characters and shit. So it's sounding really good, but even if like we see gameplay, it depends on how different the mechanics are. Because I didn't really like the mechanics in Battlefront 1.
They're trash.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I just hope that I hope all three games are good because no one hopes a game's bad. Even if it is COD. But yeah, I can't wait.
Honestly,
I can't wait for all day.
I might not even buy Battlefront 2 if the gameplay is anything like the first one. Battlefront 1 is like one of the worst games I've played in my life. Holy crap.
In your life,
Wow.
fucking
Yeah.
Jesus! It's not. I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's a
It is
mediocre
a bad
game.
game. It's boring.
No, it's
So
not bad
very
though.
It's not
It feels
bad.
like you're
No,
playing a
bad,
prototype
like-
game. Like the bullets, I mean, it's like freaking like it's just the Star Wars universe the way it is, like the blasters. It just doesn't feel fun.
Yeah,
to
which is
play.
why.
It just feels like I don't know. It doesn't even feel like a game. It just feels boring.
No, it's a boring FPS, but it's certainly
Yeah.
not a bad game. It's
Like
play.
I'd rather play Witcher 3 than I'd rather play Battlefront.
Oh
Which-
shit, that's a
Nah.
roast, man.
That's-
That's a
that
roast
says
of
a lot.
Battlefront. That's saying a lot, man.
Which game did you say?
Battlefront isn't that.
You all know, how he feels
Battlefront.
Or
about
that
Witcher
boring.
3.
So boring.
For
The
those of you who
Witcher-
don't know, watching
Piss off
basically.
with
No,
Witcher.
no.
Think
Please, guys, stop
I don't-
stop
I don't hate
bitching about The
Witcher. I
Witcher. We
played
need to
it.
save this for the next category. Calm down.
Oh yeah, true. Save it.
But yeah,
That's
I
what
hope
it is.
Battlefront's good. I fucking hope it is. But Battlefront 1 wasn't a bad game because a bad game's like unplayable. It's really shitty game. That has at least good aspects of it. Like the map's really big. It looked really good. It was broke. It was unbalanced as fuck in terms of like what the gameplay was, and the mechanics themselves weren't good at all. And it was a really lifeless game. There wasn't much to it, but there was certain aspects that held it up to being like a. If you're gonna rate it like a 5 or a fucking 6, it's certainly not a bad game. It's just really mediocre.
Yeah.
And it's insane that it sold over 27 million units. That is absolutely crazy.
I'd give the game a
Well, there was
4
like a lot of.
out of
I just remember there was so much hype surrounding Star Wars in 2015 was it when it came out? At the end of
Yep.
2015. Yeah, there was just so much Star Wars hype with like
Yeah.
the movie coming out that year. It was crazy. It looks like it's gonna be like that again this year with the new one coming out as well. The movie.
That's the
is
thing. Like
talking about.
everything has been confirmed that Battlefront 2 is gonna be better in every single way. The only thing that still hasn't been like given is is the gameplay gonna be better, and that's the one thing that like made Battlefront to me.
Was the gameplay actually bad though? Was it actually bad?
No, it was
like,
Wasn't it kind of like? Didn't it take like the
cool down your
Battlefield
weapon? It just
formula?
felt not.
Oh.
It didn't even
Yeah.
feel like Battlefront at all. It didn't feel like Battlefield
No, I
at
mean
all.
Battlefield. No. Well, didn't it feel like Battlefield like taken to a Star Wars setting? That's what like a lot of
No.
people said.
Kind of. Not in
at
terms of
all. Not to
gameplay. though.
me.
Not
Yeah, I think in
gameplay,
terms of
but
scale,
there
yes.
were
In
too
terms of
many little
gameplay,
things
no.
like the cooldown of the weapons and like the fucking jetpacks and shit that just
To
made
me,
things
that-
like
it
not
couldn't be more
feel like.
different. Like with freaking jetpacks and then having blasters instead of rifles.
No, but that's not really a complaint with the game. That's a complaint with this. That's down
well,
to
that's
the
a complaint with the
Star Wars
setting. But I'm
universe.
saying that's what I'm saying. It couldn't be more different.
Well, I don't know how they make it different. I mean, in terms of gameplay, it can feel better, certainly. I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah.
better feeling shooters like Battlefield. But it's a different type of universe, the Battlefield. It's not exactly like a military shooter. It's a fucking space sci-fi
Yeah.
shooter. But in terms of gameplay itself, it certainly could feel better. I just don't know if it, like... I don't know how they can fucking change it playing differently. They need to balance it first and foremost. That's the biggest complaint I had. Fucking balance, I think. But, I don't know. I'm hopeful for all three.
You with that Han Solo gun or something.
The fucking Han Solo blaster that you can fucking pre-order and get it day one, or play till you're level 5 and then get it.
Oh yeah.
I think I bought that deluxe edition or something.
Jesus. I remember
That
who's
game
it? Oh, who's the fucking heroes? Oh no,
I paid
not hero.
$70
Villain.
for that game. Holy crap!
The fucking bounty hunter. Someone
Oh,
said bounty hunter in Star
Boba
Wars.
Fett.
please.
Boba Fett.
He was OP.
Boba Fett. He
Yeah,
is
he's
broken in that game.
OP.
Jesus fuck. I've got a video clip of me getting like 23 kills and no deaths and barely taking any deaths. That guy is fucking broken. Like, broken. And you use anyone with a fucking lightsaber and you get fucked. Like, how does that make sense? Play as Luke Skywalker, you get your ass.
Imagine
handed
how
to
bad
you
it'll
in
be
a
though
bad
if
minute.
freaking Jango Fett ends up in the Battlefront 2.
Oh, Jesus, fuck. This better be balanced out the door. None of this bollocks patching down the line. Well, I'm hopeful for all three. If I was going to say what I'm most excited for,
Yeah,
it'd
I
be
was gonna
Destiny
say-
2, because it's got the most
Okay.
promise out of all three universes. And I know that's big to say, considering it's Star Wars, but there's not
I like
much
the
more.
idea.
I don't know.
I like
Yeah, okay.
I like the little hub idea for
What the
Call of Duty.
MMO aspect, like Destiny.
Yeah, whatever it's called. Yeah.
Okay,
That-
so
that
how about
looks pretty
this?
cool.
Everyone, for final thoughts, everyone just pick one. Like, if you have to pick one
COD.
right now,
Destiny
only
2.
one.
Battlefront 2 will sell better. Personally, I care for COD
Yeah,
more. right now.
Battlefront.
Yeah.
I would just choose.
Yeah,
World War
Battlefront
II.
2 will sell better.
I mean, I don't see how you can change. I don't see how you could pick Destiny 2 unless you like the first one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because people
I
have
fucking
seen
did.
CGI
It's just-
trailer.
I liked playing it. It was fun, but it's mediocre. Like, if I was to look at it from a critical point of view, it's fucking well mediocre. But, oh, fuck. That was just my game that I played with mates, so it's just kind of like, I don't look at FIFA as some fucking masterpiece, but it's one of those games that I just enjoy playing with friends. You know what I mean? I
Do you
fucking
think
I
Bungie?
put 900 hours into Destiny 1. I don't think it's a great game. That just shows
Okay.
how fucking mediocre it actually is. But I just really had a lot of fun playing it. That's why I'm excited for the second. In
you
terms of
think-
everything else, it's kind of like Battlefront shady as shit because the first one was a disappointment, and COD shady as shit because they've got to nail this fucking setting. So in terms of what game I've got the most faith in, it'd probably be Destiny 2 because they're working from a solid base. Because the gameplay in Destiny 1 is fucking flawless.
Hmm. Do you think it's going to be a lot better than Destiny 1? Do you think they're going to fix it, or do you think it's still going to be mediocre?
It seems to be more story heavy. We haven't seen much, but from what they're talking about, it's more story heavy, which is the exact criticism I had. There was no story, and it should have been story focused. So
Mhm.
from what I'm hearing, yeah, but it's yet to be seen.
I'm glad they're going to be doing the gameplay reveal on the live stream. And yeah, we're going to see a little
I'm
footage.
gonna have
'cause
to, I
first
can't
I'm
really
allowed to
critique
play
it until I play the beta. That the beta will be the big determiner, really.
When do you think that's going to come out? Like June,
Yeah.
July, something like that.
Well, it's got to come out soon because it can't fucking come out like a month
Yeah,
before.
I hope
the game.
it's June. I hope it's like at E3 week or something like that. That way we can
Probably
just
will
play
be.
it.
The last, I think the Destiny 1 beta was like, was it June 2014 or I don't know.
I think it was. I think it was like right. I think it was like that week of E3 or like the week after, if not.
Yeah, it was somewhere around there, so it'll probably be the same for this.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. All right, so
Destiny
we can move
2
on
has
to. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have one more final segment, and this is kind of like a personal segment that we added, basically. We're gonna be discussing each of our like games that we think are overrated. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
you
don't know. This one's
say-
kind of
Well,
hard.
I didn't do much
Fuck all of you.
I didn't do much preparing for that actually.
Same,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
even know
okay.
what to say.
What
I
no,
don't really
think
know
of a
what
game
to
that
say.
springs
I
to
don't
mind that automatically goes, okay, that's overrated. Just first one.
I
that jumps-
want to say part of me wants to say CS:GO
I wouldn't
Okay.
disagree. I would not disagree.
because I feel like a lot of people credit the entirety of the game, and it's just the kind of game it is. I just really don't like it, and I think it's definitely
Okay,
overrated
but I think
to some
you,
degree.
I think you've only played the like.
Like I've spent like
really-
2 hours playing it, and I actually got this one kill streak, despite me lagging, of course. But like I'm not saying it's not a fun game or anything. I just definitely think it's more overrated.
I think you've only played the deathmatch and kill and the.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
something
exactly. You
like
know
that.
what? Because for me, I had the same problem because I played maybe like 20 or 30 hours of only deathmatch and
20 to 30 hours.
what was the other game mode? Deathmatch and
Shit.
CS:GO 7. That's
what is
fucking-
the other one? I forgot what it's called. Deathmatch and this other one.
Hostage or something.
No, I don't. I have no idea what it's. I forgot what it's called. But anyways, yeah, those are like these game modes that are really like, you play when you start out the game because like once you like actually learn like the the mechanics of the game and like strategize and stuff like that, you see people
yeah.
moving on to like either casual mode where it's basically I think it's 8 versus 8. I think around 8 versus 8.
Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
And it's more like elimination style where you basically have to like work more as a team and then like
Right,
yeah.
right.
And then like after that there's also competitive that me and Brandon have been playing.
That's the most fun.
Yeah, that's the mode where most people play because there you can like you play you get a rank and stuff and then you basically have to play against people that are around the same rank as you.
Right, right.
It's kind of like Uncharted 4.
I like how this just turned into like a freaking teaching what it's.
No, I was gonna about to
Yeah.
say. So what else do you think's overrated, Jade?
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't do much preparing, but yeah, I think that's the only game that I really see as overrated.
I'm turning on
Horizon.
my PS4.
You mean because of the popularity, right? Like how there's
Yeah,
so much
it's more about the
attention with it.
popularity, but like I feel like compared to other games, there's not much quality
Horizon?
for
No.
with CS:GO. I find so.
Horizon.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, I think CS:GO is really fun when you play more with like.
Yeah, I'm
friends.
sure it is. It definitely is pretty fun. Yeah, I will agree. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Blue, you got anything?
Skyrim. First thing that comes to mind. Skyrim. Fuck
Yeah.
that shit. No, it's not shit. It's a good game. I just fucking hate it. And it's not. I hate the way it's praised. Like it's the fucking second coming of Christ because it's got so many things that are really bad about it. Like the story, it tries to give you a story and it's just uninteresting because you couldn't give a shit about a single character. I guarantee no one can name me a fucking character in that game. Fucking Emlerith of Tamriel or some bollocks that you've never heard of. Like, no one, the characters in that game are fucking unmemorable. The story in itself is basic. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. The Last of Us has a basic plot, but it's the way it's
Mhm.
told out. This story is just, it's bland, it's basic, but there's no characters to spice it up. is just bland. It's all about you, and you're a faceless avatar. So that doesn't work out. So the story in itself is bad. The fucking gameplay mechanics are so obnoxiously repetitive. Like, I know that's a trait of most games. Most gameplays are repetitive, but this isn't even interesting. This isn't even fun. Repetitive. This is just hold a fucking button to use double electricity that you just spam on enemies until your mana runs out. You run back, you let it recharge, and then you go again. That's it. And if you want to use a weapon, it uses the same fucking animation over and over and over again, the same clunky shit animation. And in terms of the game itself, it doesn't look good because Bethesda. But I'm not a graphics whore, but it doesn't look good by 2012 standards because Bethesda's engine's a pile of shit. The game runs like shit. It's glitchy as all hell. But the reason it's praised as if it's the fucking second coming of Christ is because it gets mod support, and that's the only reason. And it is. I don't give a shit. That is the only reason that it's still talked about to this day. If that game did not have mod support, no one would be talking about it half as much as today. But the reason we can talk about it is because it's got mods to upgrade the graphics, make the game bigger. For some guy spent 2,000 hours making his own game because of mods. That's why it's talked about so much. No one plays the base game of Skyrim anymore because it's fucking mediocre. Fuck off with that game. Anything else? I mean, Overwatch.
Yeah.
Was claimed.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Overwatch.
If anybody
Yes.
said,
It's a
oh my
multiplayer
God,
shooter.
not Overwatch.
Oh, I was
Interesting
gonna say that.
gameplay innovations, but it's added into a flooded genre. It's not the
Are
fucking.
you serious?
That's
Not
big
Overwatch.
Blinded Robin Gaming fanboys.
Fuck off with Overwatch.
Overwatch is an amazing game.
Overwatch is fun. I played that quite a bit.
It's
I still
decent,
get
but it's
better.
not like
It's-
fucking this
Yeah.
revolution.
Like when I saw the
everybody
amount of
knows.
people giving it Game of the Year, it's
I
like,
feel
fuck
like
off,
it's-
man. How the fuck does that win?
It's definitely overpopular, I find, but I feel like it's appreciated, right? Because it's very unique.
Well, it won a Game of the Year.
gameplay
award.
style.
Do you play it on PC or what?
Well,
'Cause
like,
I
I
mean,
mean,
No. I don't play on PC. I only play
PC Master
console.
Race.
I mean that and CS:GO are like PC games in my opinion that like deserve to be played on PC.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I think Overwatch is great. Yeah.
A little bit
All
better.
right.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm so now.
Oh,
Shut
I didn't see
the
that one coming.
Fucking mediocre game overrated. There's balls no ways. And Night 5 on
No
it.
way.
Suck my
No,
dick.
no,
It's got
no,
fucking
no,
closed
no,
out garbage controls. Fucking
no.
the main focus is the fucking creativity aspect, and that's it. It's a platformer with shit controls, no precision whatsoever. And it's fucking praised as if it's the fucking revelation of 2008. And if you criticize it, it's not because it's an old game, it's because it's flawed.
Okay, I can agree with you that one's kind of overrated, but two is not.
2 is identical with more stuff. That's it. And 3 is a fucking.
I don't see
Shit
how one
show.
has a 90 something on Metacritic, but I think it can pass for at least an 80 or higher.
But the
It's a
thing
really
is, I
cool
mean,
game. They know what they're
Yeah.
doing. That's the thing. That's the biggest thing
Yeah.
why I don't like Dreams is because I don't think they even know what they're trying to do with that game.
no, they
At least
don't.
of what they've shown us. But at least Little Planet kind of had like a focus on what they wanted to do. That you're like the sack person. They have these sack people in the world. That you can invite your friends, and then you go into these different worlds and like whatever you meet these characters. Some of them are actually memorable in two, by the way. That I still remember their names to this day, which is kind of shocking. But like just the way that you're a sack boy and you're trying to create things, and just the way that I don't like one as much because like the whole sticker puzzles, but they kind of like did away with that in two a little bit and made it a lot more
And
like
then brought it
puzzling
back in
and just
3. Fucking genius.
3 was back. 3 was bad.
3 was fucking. Oh
3
my
is the most.
god.
3, Little Planet 3, and Star Wars Battlefront are like some of the most overrated, like disappointing games I've ever played on the PS4.
I can't believe how much Sumo Digital shit the bed with Little Big Planet 3. That
Dude,
game was the most
performance,
broken.
It can't even
mess.
run. It can't even run.
It was
well.
broken. I remember I played it on 3, then I played it on 4. Jesus Christ, it was no difference on 4 because you fall through the world so much. The game just glitches 24/7. In terms of my criticism with the whole franchise is that the gameplay is flawed in itself. But if you were to put all 3 games next to each other, other than the fact 3's got a different set of characters, you really couldn't tell the difference from playing all 3 because the gameplay is so like. It's fucking identical and it's flawed in itself. That's what I had a big issue
What
with.
were they trying to do with 3? Like, why were there like those other creatures around? It didn't make any sense, honestly.
No, they just introduced characters for the sake of diversity. I always say it focuses on creativity too much because it's still a platformer at heart, and the controls in the creative aspect anyway aren't that good. They're quite finicky. And it's hard to fucking make impressive structures when it's like do you remember the tutorials in 3? Like the fucking workshops.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ! It takes fucking hours to learn how to build a tree. Like it's
Build a tree.
the fact that this is the target audience is children. There's no
Mhm.
way a fucking 6-year-old is gonna make anything that's even playable because it's so fucking like difficult. The controls are finicky, and it's a platform without precision, which is my biggest complaints. Overall, they're all three apart from three.
One and
shit.
two are great games.
One and two,
Not three.
two in particular was better. The
Two's a great
decent
game.
games, I just don't think they're like the fucking claim to fame that they should have been at all.
Two, I think, deserves that. Like two,
Two
like,
more
the praise
so
has
than
been
one.
given.
Two
Yeah,
more so
one,
than one,
but one had, I don't know, one had like the soundtrack was so good in that game. Like I feel like two only had
Yeah.
like one really good soundtrack to it, and that was Sleepyhead. But like
I'll agree, no,
one, just
Little Big
listening for the
Planet had a really good
soundtrack had a
soundtrack.
really good soundtrack. The charm to it, just the amount of fun you could have with friends back in the day in 2008. Like back until I really got into Uncharted. It's just a fun game on the PS3. One of the best.
It's fun.
exclusives.
I just wouldn't say it's one of the best, and it's certainly not. I mean, I know rating scores are quite bullshit, but there's no way it stands
I'm not even
alongside The
looking at
Last of
objective,
Us.
I'm just saying how I played it in my personal experience. Obviously,
Yeah,
this
no,
game's
there's
not
a
like
fun
gonna be.
factor. It is. It's fun. I remember playing Little Big Planet 2 on co-op quite a bit on the community levels because the community surrounding that game is really good. I don't think it's a bad game by any means. I just think one's mediocre, two's a significantly better game, three's pretty
Yeah.
much garbage because it doesn't run and it's unplayable. So that is a bad game.
Just-
I
wish-
just don't think
True.
1 and 2 are like the fucking masterpieces of the generation that you can look back and say, look at the PS3 and think Little
I-
Big Planet.
Yeah, I think it could be one of
I mean,
those
I
games. That's like the
guess.
head mark. I mean, Sackboy was like the longest
me
time in
too.
Europe, like one of the head spaces. It's a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a mascot for the
But-
PS3 over Nathan Drake, and the
yeah,
PS3
yeah.
was dead in the water and Little
For
Big
Europe.
Planet.
For Europe, yeah. He was for Europe and Gamescom.
Mhm.
That whole thing. Yeah. I think he deserves it. I don't know. It's a great game. I love those games. They're so much fun to play. Just with
Certainly
friends.
good.
I don't know.
I
That's
just-
I've had more memories playing that game than I did like Last of Us multiplayer and much as I've just playing those games. It's way more fun.
Yeah.
In my opinion, in some certain aspects.
Well,
Just
it's one
really
of the
good
games that
gaming
you look back
memories.
and think that's like
Yeah.
childhood material. That's
But-
wasn't really
yeah.
childhood material. It's more like
Moving,
just
moving
good
on
games.
to
Yeah,
my
that's
though,
true,
moving
that's
on to
true.
my overrated games. Looking at my collection, there is one game that stands out as like a game I
Witcher
really
3.
couldn't get into. No, not Witcher 3.
No,
Witcher
Witcher
3,
3, I wanna have
I'm
Witcher 3.
actually enjoying Witcher 3. Actually, I'm just giving blue crap for that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
But going into a game that like was highly praised last year that I really didn't get into much was Doom. Like Doom, by all means, was just a freaking
Ooh.
shooting
What?
gallery
Really?
all the way through.
Shit.
No, the gameplay looks so cool. I haven't
Like, I
had
don't
the
know, I
chance
just-
to play it,
when
but
I was
like,
trying to beat the game, I don't know, it just kept going. Like it was fun gameplay and it was really fun and satisfying.
right, yeah.
But that's all you did in the game. And while it did that perfectly, it's just not like it was hard. Like, you know, I'm like, as I said to you guys before, like I'm a really big person on pacing. Like I like
Mm.
playing games that I want to play in the moment.
Mhm.
At like if I like a game that's just gonna like pretty much I like playing
Yeah,
games that
that's
have
true.
like that are enjoyment and just like going through each level in Doom. While it's a great game, I'd probably give it like a 7 or an 8. I would not give it to like 10 out of 10s and a 9 out of 10s or
Yeah, probably
sort of
not.
thing.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
true.
just-
That's true.
yeah.
Well, I
It
think
just
that
was
was
a
the
whole
kind of
complete
thing,
shooting
it's
gallery.
kind of like a well-recognized brand because Doom's obviously
Yeah.
the original fucking
Yeah,
big
yeah, yeah.
first
Well,
person shooter.
I'm not hating on the game. I'm just saying a personal experience. It's just not. It's hard to say overrated if it's overrated, but I just feel like the praise it got and everything.
Are you
like,
talking
it was-
about the
right.
last year's one or the fucking original? Are you talking about the
I'm
last year's
talking
one?
about 2016, dude.
Yeah. Yeah,
And,
I
yeah.
think in terms of the 2016 one, I thought the gameplay was fluid as all fuck. I think Bethesda hit it out the ballpark last year with
Oh, it was a
like-
good. It was a great game, like with the 60 frames per second, but just
Mm.
the way that it just wasn't. I don't know. It was just
No,
a
it wasn't a
complete
fucking
shooting
masterpiece by
gallery.
any stretch of the imagination. No way. It wasn't, but it was a fucking really great game. It was a really good game.
Trying to think of any other games that are overrated. I mean, there's been some games I didn't really get into as much as other people, but I wouldn't say they're overrated really. I don't know. Is there? I mean, Battlefront, that was not overrated because I think everybody hates that game. I don't know. It's really hard to pick a game that I don't like that other people praise.
Any of the Far Cry games? Any at all?
I mean, Far Cry 4, I can't get into that one at all.
Fallout at all? I thought Fallout 3 was quite overrated. I
Yeah.
thought New Vegas was way better.
Fallout 4, I
Yeah.
couldn't really get into that game much. I was really hyped for it, but I never really could get into it
Yeah.
when it came out. I
Yeah,
feel
that
like
was
Fallout
overrated,
4
though.
and
That
Far
was
Cry
kinda like
4.
the
I couldn't
most
really-
disappointed.
Far Cry 4 is the
I
game
don't think
that,
it's
like,
I don't know if
goes
it's
to a certain
overrated
degree,
though,
but
because
the
I
worst
think
setting and worst
the thing is with
characters.
Far Cry 4 that I don't think there's that many people who actually think that it's better than 3 or think that it's like a great game. So I don't know whether
No, it's more Far Cry.
Yeah.
That's what they see it as.
so I don't know whether I could say it's overrated. No.
Spelunky is an indie game that's overrated as all. Fucking awful platformer. Suck a dick. One of the best indie games.
Oh
ever.
yeah, Rocket League.
Oh no.
fuck
You
yeah.
think that's
Brought
overrated?
it- brought up in the
It's kind
games.
of like an
I
overrated game.
definitely-
Well, just
it
based on
is.
No,
the
but I
gameplay.
feel like didn't it only really like I feel like didn't the hype was there at the beginning when it first
Yeah.
released on PS Plus, of course, but I think it's slowed down now, honestly.
It did.
Yeah, I
You're
remember
right.
it was
It did. That's true.
It's still rising. They're
Like they
they're,
still
they're
try to
growing the
they still
game.
try to update it every once in a while with like new
Yeah, but
modes and stuff and new maps and stuff. But I don't think it's that big
it's not gonna
nowadays, is
convince
it?
me. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
it is.
Yeah.
I
It
don't know what you're
still
on
is
about. I
big.
think no. I was watching an interview and the guy says that their numbers, their highest. No, no, that's what I'm trying to say. They're growing in their numbers. Like their highest peak of players online keeps growing each month.
Oh
People
my
keep
gosh. I
buying
don't know
more.
why.
Actually, what?
Yeah,
Really?
they
I
said
don't know
that
why
they're
people
selling more
like that
copies.
game so
They're
much.
growing more fast right now than they were back in PlayStation Plus.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Okay, never
That's not a
mind
good
then.
And it's shocking. And their highest peak is like growing every single month. Like it keeps getting passed on the record.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's cool. I mean, I think it's a cool game. I just think that
It's just the way, like,
it
it's so
gets a
hard
bit
to navigate the ball
repetitive.
Yeah.
into the freaking net. It's
Exactly.
just like how
Like
it's so hard to hit it in.
Okay, well,
It
that's
just
not
makes
really
it
a
like
complaint for the
I
game
know.
being bad,
Well,
is
I
it?
know. Yeah, that's true.
Well,
That's
it
true.
kind of
But
is
like,
because to me, because just it's I don't know. It's I don't.
because when people
Maybe
like
it's just because
praise
you're
it,
bad at the game.
no. Because when people
Yeah.
praise it, right?
I
Like
win
it,
my
it,
game
I'm sick
on
of the
that game.
game.
I know how to hit it in and out, but I just feel like the game, just the way it is, I don't know if
yeah, I agree with you, Brendan.
I
do.
just set comparing it to the reception it has.
Yeah.
I just
Maybe
think
it's just
yeah.
it's
I think
like
the
soccer
thing
and
we're
like
saying
a whole
about
FIFA
the
thing, it's just casuals.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
think it was kind of aimed at a casual market. That's what Mike Bithell says out to do, and it was one of those games that like no. The reason it's so praised is because indie games aren't expected to be that good, like AAA games are. So when people saw that Rocket League and Journey and all these different games like turned out to be really good, that's why they got praised. But in terms of the game being overrated, I wouldn't necessarily call it overrated, because no one really claims it to be the masterpiece that are like a fucking revelation. Everyone just sort of like really enjoyed the game and gave Mike Bithell a lot of praise for it. And obviously, like you're saying, it's growing all the time because the casual audience is like it's football, it's racing, it's the two most casual genres, sport and racing combined. That's why it's probably doing well. In terms of gameplay controls, I think it's really good. It's really solid, really smooth. In terms of what you're saying about in the ball into the net, I think that was kind of the intention. It's meant to be like a fucking frantic, fun racing sports game type of thing. I think that's the intention that Mike set out with. But I think it's a really good game. I wouldn't necessarily call it overrated by much. Slightly, yes. It's not exactly like some fucking masterpiece or anything, but I don't think many people claim it to be. I think they just claim it to be a really good game. And it's what just when people talk about indie games, they talk about Rocket League. When people talk about best games, they don't talk about Rocket League. That's the thing. It's seen as a really good indie game, not a really good fucking mainstream game. It's considered an indie game, not a fucking massive.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just
Massive
like
game.
based on personal enjoyment of the game. Like I haven't really been able to play. Like when I think of a game I want to play with some friends and just relax, I don't like Rocket League doesn't come to my mind, even though
No.
like,
Yeah.
it does.
No, not
Like
at
I'd
all.
rather play something else than just I mean I can see why it's really like especially when you just play like in a private match with some friends. It, like Blue was saying, it's like a frantic. Let's try to hit it in like part of the game. The way it's fun is the way that like people accidentally hit their own ball into their ball, but like hit their own ball into their own net and just like the way it's supposed to be frantic, fun, and just like a whole kind of like party game with some.
And they really supported that game. Like fuck, I have massive respect for Mike for like how much effort he put into the post launch of that game.
Yeah.
Mike Bithell makes really great games. Really does.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, what are your overrated? Oh, one more thing. I'm sorry, Dan. I have to piss you off. But the Shadow of the Colossus and Ico are both overrated. I'm so sorry.
I hate you.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Both of them have shite
They
gameplay.
nah,
control,
mate,
stories,
nah,
those
mate.
games.
The emotional impact of them stories. Sure, the gameplay doesn't hold up, but the impact of those stories that they had
No, it
on me,
doesn't.
I'm sorry, but there's a reason that I think that Shadow of the Colossus is probably one of my top 3 favorite games.
Colossus is
Yeah.
well better than
Just
Ico.
didn't
Ico's
understand
certainly
it.
overrated
Yeah.
as fuck. But the stories in both those games are excellent. I just think from a gameplay perspective, they're both pretty shit. I haven't played Last Guardian yet, and that seems to be everyone's complaint with that game. It's just
Like
Yeah.
it's good.
that game was botched as fuck though in terms of development. Jesus Christ, and it flopped in sales. But I mean, those two games are just like shite mechanically, but really good story wise. The stories hold those games up.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that there's fucking. It's not granted. There's like these 10 out of 10 games if the gameplay's so fucking flawed like they are. And Ico's certainly overrated. Shadow's a lot better than Ico.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't
Yeah, what
played
are your
Shadow of the
overrated
Colossus
genres?
that much. I mean, I remember like playing as a little kid a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
I better get on to mine. I think I've really got 5 that I want to mention because honestly, I can't really decide between them, which I think is more overrated. So I'm just gonna go through them.
FIFA
Nah,
16.
mate.
15 and 16. was
Every
shit,
si-
so-
sorry,
every
those are
single
underrated
FIFA other
games,
than
sit down.
FIFA 13, that's the only decent one.
14 was alright.
Nah,
with the
mate.
World Cup game.
14 was shit. 14 was fuck.
No, it got better over time. It weren't as good as 13, but they took pace away,
took-
which I didn't like because I love being so overpowered with Benzema up front.
Nah, I didn't like 14. But that's a completely different subject. I don't want to fucking talk about FIFA. I could sit here for hours talking about FIFA, so I don't want to talk about that. I'd say my games. First one I'd probably throw out is Overwatch. I think that's overrated as fuck. I mean, that game does not deserve all them freaking Game of the Year nominations. I am so sorry. How the hell IGN gave it the Game of the Year? They must have had some just fucking fat as hell PC Master Race
that
players.
I didn't agree with, actually.
Because Game of the Year awards generally with the big
Yeah.
publishers aren't really
Yeah.
won on especially the VGAs. The VGAs are completely a mass vote. It's not in terms of what game's the best. Because Uncharted 4 and Inside,
Yeah,
shit on Overwatch.
those games should have
all over
won
it.
so many awards that Overwatch won. It was crazy.
That's the thing.
Well, didn't Uncharted 4 win more Game of the Year awards than
don't think
Overwatch in total?
I don't think Overwatch should have won Game of the Year, but
Yeah, I think it's overrated.
Well,
I don't either. I don't think it should have won Game of the Year, but I can see why it won
Nah,
Game of the Year.
nah.
Like some
Yeah,
people,
nah,
some of my friends are addicted to that game. That
It's-
game's really fun. The post-launch
an-
content that they're still
yeah.
supporting the game. The way that multiplayer is like
Exactly.
really balanced and everything, and they're like keeping
It's-
up to date
Nah.
with the
it
game.
is.
And the
Yeah.
fact that it's really
And
fun
it
to
has a
play.
unique
Yeah,
concept.
Wait, just
A unique concept.
very
Get the
crazy.
fuck out of here. It's a fucking first-person shooter with some shitty-ass characters that are supposed to appeal to like fucking kids. I'm sorry.
Shitty
I
ass
am sorry.
characters.
These
What
characters are
talking
not
about?
characters that you will remember. I guarantee you, 10 years'
How
time,
could
you will not
you
remember
say
these characters
that?
like you remember characters like
No.
Nathan Drake, like Joel, like Ellie, like any of these characters in games with a decent
Guys.
story.
Well, that's the
don't-
series, right? So that's meant
Yeah,
to kind
but-
of.
Can I
Yeah, I'm sorry, but like these multiplayer
sure,
It's
multiplayer-centric
for
games.
different people. You guys are obviously gonna like Inside and Uncharted 4 over Overwatch, which I even do too. But I can recognize that a lot of people liked it because I've seen it
Yeah.
firsthand. A lot of people get addicted to that game, and it's not a story game, but it doesn't mean that
Yeah,
it
but
doesn't deserve
I
to be
just
Game of the Year.
where is
That's
the
true.
where
I
is
mean,
the
it's a legit
memorability in that?
conversation. Like, so many people have lost
Yeah, but where
hours
is the
into that game.
memorability and the impact that the
Okay,
game
so
will have
wait.
on you? Games
The
are supposed to have
financial
impact
impact
on
is
you.
gonna
I was
earn
gonna say
it.
that. I was gonna
But
say
like
that.
games
Exactly.
aren't meant to have like that kind of impact. Games are meant to be
It
fun,
could.
right? And that's what
CS:GO
Overwatch
CS:GO is one of my favorite
accomplishes.
games of all time, and
Yeah,
that's because
okay.
of how much fun it is to play with your friends.
Okay.
Like
No,
I
but
get what
for
you're
me, I
saying,
think-
Dan, but at the same time, like
The
it's
thing
just
is, with
different- it's a
Overwatch, the
different
reason
game.
that it won Game of the Year and the reason that so many outlets like gave it Game of the Year is because it's always based on mass appeal. And the thing is, what you got to look at is Inside is for a specific audience. Inside is aimed
Yeah,
at people who love
true,
indie games,
true.
who love that type of game. Uncharted is for the people who love story-driven games because not even though Uncharted is phenomenal. If people enjoy open world games more, they're not going to like Uncharted no matter how good it is. And because Overwatch is coming out in such a popular genre and so many people respect it, and it was harder for that. Let's not forget, Uncharted's series is fucking phenomenal. Inside is an indie game. Limbo was already amazing. So both those games are coming off the back of great games. Whereas Overwatch was like an out the blue by Blizzard and coming out in such a flooded genre to even stand out in the remotest sense is worth praising in itself. And the fact that it did it to such an extent and it was such a supported game, and it, like Jaden said, it was a unique concept. They had so many characters that boosted the gameplay variety and the diversity of that game.
Mhm.
That's why it won Game of the Year. And I think in terms of VGAs, that's a complete popularity vote. That's not an indication of a game's quality.
I
But
thought it was the
Overwatch
studios that-
appeals to the most amount of people, whereas Uncharted and Inside just don't. That's why it won more
Yeah.
Game of the Years.
Yeah. Well said, Blue. Well said.
Yeah, I still.
Yeah. I just feel like for me, the thing I look at, like, if I want to look at like a Game of the Year contenders, like something that has like a lasting impact on me,
Hmm.
and I just feel like a game like Overwatch, I don't know, it's like it's kind of
It's
hard
not,
to explain,
it's
but I
not
just
meant
feel
to be
like
that type of game. No, that's the thing. It's not. But it's definitely. I don't think it's definitely worthy of Game of the Year in terms of a quality perspective in comparison to Inside and Uncharted. But in terms of it coming out in such a flooded genre and to still stand out, I think that's why it won. Because it's still a great game. I think it's overrated. Because I
Yeah.
don't think it's a
it's
revolution.
still a good game. I still
But
think it's a good game.
it stood out in such a flooded genre, which is why it won or got so much appraisal.
Yeah.
But-
Oh man, and we haven't even gotten into all the other games I think are fucking overrated. I'm just gonna throw them
Oh, yeah,
out.
what are your-
GTA 5
Oh,
overrated.
God.
I think that game has way too many critics
Ooh,
sucking its
GTA 5.
cock. So yeah, that game's overrated. Skyrim,
Wait, did you
Yep.
just say
GTA 5.
I'm
Did
Yeah.
I
Oh, no.
offend the
Oh
great
my
almighty
gosh,
GTA
no.
5? Did I just go against it?
GTA 5 has a better story than
Yeah,
all the
so you can
Uncharted
shut the fuck
games.
up,
It
Jaden.
does. It does.
I'm
I'm
indeed.
sorry.
Forget that. Let's not
Yeah,
forget
I'm
that.
sorry, but GTA 5 it is overrated. I think GTA 4 is better. San Andreas and Vice City shit on GTA 5. I mean,
San Andreas sucks.
Completely agree.
Vice
playing that
City
game, it's
will
just
always
so
be the
hard to
best
play,
GTA
'cause-
for me. I just don't see how they're going to
Yep,
get a
100%.
game that will revolutionize as much as that did at the time.
Big
Yeah.
smoke.
San Andreas is more of a revolution because San Andreas focuses
Yeah.
on size of an open
But I
world,
just
which
preferred
was
Vice City
traits
because of
PS2
that
games.
setting. The setting made it so memorable, like taking.
Yeah, Vice City was more of a. It was kind of like San Andreas stood out because it was the biggest game and it was It came
Yeah.
before Vice City.
Did it?
didn't
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it stood out. It stood out before Vice City. Vice City was basically San Andreas was a bit sparse in terms of content, but it was a huge game. Whereas Vice City was like packed with content. That's why I think it's the best GTA because it took what worked with San Andreas and then just gave it a fuck ton of content. That's why it's the best GTA in my opinion. Then 4, then San Andreas.
San Andreas, man, that game's just boring. Like you just go out for like 5 minutes on like a freaking drive to go somewhere, and you just drive back home at the end of the day. It's just like, come on, where's the funness in the game? It's not fun at all. And when you look at GTA 5 and like the way it's supposed to be like this big old, Grand Theft Auto type of game, where you're supposed to be going on these grand heists and everything, just seeing the amount of like cool, like I wouldn't say set pieces, but like big cool moments in GTA 5, like when the kid's being stolen on that boat and you have to go drive your car underneath the crane and he's like hanging on and dangling down like this.
Oh yeah, that was so amazing. Oh
I
my
played this
God,
game
yeah.
like without like looking at the internet or anything like that, just having pure fun on the game, and I had a blast with that game. And just I don't know, I don't see it overrated at all. The online I can see overrated. That game's such a grind and so stupid. Online's just BS.
A fucked community
But for the single player and everything, like the single player in that game, I thought was pretty good. And the way
it was great, yeah.
Awesome. Like
what? The plot though.
The plot was shit.
I thought the characters are what made that story stand out. The 3 characters and the fucking hell, the diversity between the characters is what made the game stand out. I don't think it was necessarily the plot of the story itself. All about the characters. That's why I liked GTA 5. I thought it was fantastic. I just don't think it's.
I feel like I know each 3 characters, like what they were trying to do. Like you could just label them as like certain people. Like you just know their whole vibe and like what their intentions are, what they think is right.
Because they're so different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have their own different story, and you can. In
some
cases,
all in one. It's really cool, and I feel like it's like the only game that's ever done that where you can transfer between each character and go on different missions.
Yeah,
truly, like each person in that conversation when they all get together, each character, and like just near
exactly.
the final.
Yeah, but the actual story I feel
like it's not over.
And then you have to like choose who you're gonna kill and stuff. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
It was really cool. I liked it. It was a good game.
I'm not saying it's bad. I just don't think it deserves like the 10 out of 10.
I'm through it again right now, and it's fun.
Yeah, but if you put Red Dead by side by side, Red Dead is so much better. I'm sorry, GTA is great, but Red Dead's so much better.
We're not comparing it to Red Dead. We're talking about overrated games.
Yeah,
I know, but I'm just saying. I'm saying in terms of like how good GTA is, it is overrated in the sense that it's not the best open world game that Rockstar have ever made. Red Dead is.
Yeah, and then.
Well, I don't know. I haven't played
exactly. Then I'm trying to think of any.
I hope Red Dead 2 will be awesome.
I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I mean.
Justin, did you play GTA 5?
No. I didn't finish it.
Wow. Yeah.
I could still go back to it if I wanted to.
It's worth it. I'm telling you, it's definitely worth it.
Nah. Next
one.
I still want to play more of it, but it's just that it's that I only have it on PS3. That I don't know if I really want to go back and.
Or PC.
Yeah, I'm not paying like $40 for it.
That's true. That game still sells well to the store, which is crazy. I could see what you mean. I could see how you mean. Like this game even is like in the top 10 to this day, and I could see why you say that's not really accountable.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really make sense. But I feel like it's a good game, and it's a great game, honestly.
I guess so. I mean, and then I'd probably say another one is Skyrim. But we've already talked about that. I think that's overrated as well. I really don't like that. And then the next 2 are going to both be Arkham games. And the 2 Arkham games I'm very vocal of. Arkham City, I think, is disappointing. I don't understand why people think it's like the greatest superhero game ever made.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
not
the open world setting, it just lost it for me. I prefer Asylum in almost every single way, to be perfectly honest. I think the only way City improved was on the combat. But even then, I kind of felt like the combat was a bit too easy in City. They kind of made it a bit too easy. I don't know why, but I just got that feeling, and like just the whole game in general, the fucking middle act of Arkham City is awful. They drag it out for way too long. Just like you get injected with Joker's blood. You have to move from location to location, and literally it's just used as a plot device to get from one location to another to experience the whole map. And it's just so infuriating, and just And also, the game just can't decide who's supposed to be the main fucking villain. Is it the Joker? Is it Hugo Strange? Is it Ra's al Ghul? It never makes it clear once, and it's just like you're left with these two villains that are completely undeveloped, and then with one that stands out, but he has barely any screen time. Like, I just don't enjoy that game at all. Arkham Asylum was way better, and then the other one is the Arkham game I love to shit on the most. That's, of course, Arkham Knight. Everybody knows how I feel about that. That, for me, is a 7 out of 10. I was so disappointed with that game when it came out. The Batmobile is the biggest problem with the game. It had way too much of a focus, too much fucking Batmobile. The story, yet again, was dragged out, felt way too similar to Arkham City's. It literally became nothing more than a Batman vs. Joker game again. Scarecrow had no relevance to the game. He was barely in it. The Arkham Knight was a shit villain, and his reveal was just so damn predictable. Like, anybody who had picked up or even seen a Batman comic would have known straight from the beginning of the game.
It's kind of obvious that it was
like I even called it before the
Jason
game released, just based on the Arkham Knight comics. Like, it was so obvious, and just the ending was just complete. It was a complete middle finger. It gives no satisfying conclusion. And just the freaking boss battles, the side missions. Oh my god, and the freaking DLC, man. Oh my god, the DLC for that game is absolutely awful. Like, the only one that is actually slightly good was the last one, which I think was the Season of Infamy. That was it. The rest was awful. A complete waste of money.
I think, though, we're talking about overrated games. I wouldn't necessarily throw Arkham Knight in. I think that's more of a disappointing game than an overrated game, because my idea, from what I'm seeing, is the mass opinion on that game is that it was disappointing. So I wouldn't necessarily call it overrated.
It's just that the weird thing is that whenever I talk to my friends about it, they always talk about it like saying, I even have friends that think it is the best Arkham game by a long shot. I have I have one, and I have one, and I love to call him Casual Jake, because he has literally the most retarded reasons as to why he thinks the game is great, and he basically has this mass amount of friends that think Arkham Knight is the best Arkham game. And bear in mind, this is a guy who says the best Assassin's Creed game is Assassin's Creed Unity. Just bear that in mind, people. Like, this is how much of a casual he is, and like.
Unity is like near the bottom.
How could I forget
Yeah.
that? Jesus Christ, Assassin's Creed, the whole franchise is overrated. Fuck Assassin's Creed. Seriously?
I mean, number 2
That's
is
true,
good.
actually.
Assassin's Creed 2.
I still think 2 is one of my
Assassin's Creed
top
4
10
are good
favorite
games.
games of all
Rest are
time.
okay. Brotherhood and Revelation, I forgot which happened.
Revelations is the worst one, easily.
But the
I
ending's
forgot.
so
I
good
don't
in
even know what
Revelations.
happens in Brotherhood or Revelation.
True. But I just thought it was like
Overall, as a game, it was mediocre. Yep.
They like had
I
the same
didn't
gameplay formula for like 3 games in a row.
They
By
kept
the
it
way,
for
I
the whole
thought
series.
I thought I muted my mic when I went to go talk to my sister, and I realized I
Yeah,
didn't.
no, you didn't. You didn't.
You did it.
I thought I did.
But that's
But
okay.
just
That's
spit
okay.
it out.
It's okay. That's fine.
Yeah, Assassin's
Things
Creed's
happen.
overrated as all. Fuck, Jesus.
Yeah,
That's
it
you want to
is,
talk about a
it
game that's
is overrated.
clunky? Yo, Jesus. And the fact that gameplay's the focus clearly in that game and it's clunky is all shit. Jesus. I don't get why it's so praised. Like, fuck. I mean, 4 is a great game, yeah. 2's overrated as all shit. Jesus.
No,
I
what do you mean? 2 is amazing.
fucking hate that game.
I
1,
love
it's
2.
clunky as all shit.
What?
2, it looks
Blue, get
bland
the
as
heck
all
out.
shit. The fucking I'm not talking about graphic fidelity because it's fucking
Blue, I think you have a
2008.
bad taste. I think you have a bad taste in games, honestly.
God.
2 is not.
Is this some damage control you're coming up with here, Brandon? Is this some damage control? Do I sense damage control?
No,
I
I'm
thought
trying
2
to
was,
I'm
I
trying
thought
to
2 was
trigger you.
amazing.
Calm down. Assassin's Creed 2 is amazing. If you didn't
2
play
had
it,
so many like
when
epic
did you
moments.
when did you play Assassin's Creed 2? When did you play it, Blue?
I got the fucking platinum trophy in it.
When did you get into the game?
About let me see. 3 years ago? 2 years ago? 3 years
Yeah,
ago?
no way. You can't play that 2014, 2013.
I played it
played
2012.
You can pick
I
up a
played
game in any
2012.
no bullshit argument. You can pick up any game from any fucking era except the
Mm.
original Tomb Raiders and fucking play them and still have just
Matt
as
put
much
Assassin's Creed
enjoyment.
2 on the map. Yeah, I know. I could see what you're talking about, but still.
No,
that game-
Assassin's Creed 2, right? Let me just look at this. Assassin's Creed 2, right? In terms of gameplay, the whole Assassin's Creed franchise is just so bad because
Assassin's
it's
Creed
so
2 is so
clunky.
good. The memories in that game.
No, a few of them are okay. I think you're being a little bit hated or hating on the.
No, they're so clunky.
No, but okay. I will say that like
Assassin's Creed 2 is better than Witcher 3.
there are a few of them that
Shut
like
the
haven't
fuck
really that
up.
good.
No way.
Facts.
No.
No, number 2 and 4, those are like awesome.
4's
2,
good.
3, and
4's the
4
best
Yeah.
in the series.
3
4's
Yeah.
sucks.
good.
Three-
I don't
three-
know why.
three-
Yeah, just to give you more insight into Casual Jake,
Three
he thinks
garbage.
the Forza
Three
was.
Okay,
not
even
garbage.
even Assassin's Creed 2 had a good story.
3 had a
Or
good.
well, like
three
not
had a
not like a
good
great story, but like still decent.
That's the thing, though.
Really?
Assassin's Creed 2, the story is good. Good, we all agree on that. That's the only thing it's got
Okay.
going for it. Gameplay, it's shit. Fucking, look, I'm not talking about graphics for
Yeah, if you play it in
the color palette.
2013, it's
Wasn't the
gonna be
gameplay
crap.
okay back then?
What'd you
Assassin's
say?
Creed 2 had
Okay,
good
but that being
gameplay.
said,
compared to
Assassin's
1.
Creed gameplay never really has changed.
Assassin's Creed 1 to 2 is like Watch Dogs 1 to 2. They're both phenomenal jumps.
It's a
I
big
thought-
jump.
well, I
Assassin's
think
Creed-
one
but that's
is
the
a bit
thing.
repetitive.
Assassin's Creed 1 wasn't at all in any way, shape, or form good in terms of gameplay
No,
mechanics. So it's
Assassin's
not like
Creed 1
It
sucked
was so
ass.
repetitive.
it sucks dick.
Yeah,
3
well, I don't
sucked
think it was a
dick.
bad game. It was just like it got a bit repetitive.
Unity sucked dick. 2, 2's mediocre. It is not one of the highlights of the PS3 generation in any
I don't
sense.
really how.
No, because let's just dissect it right. Gameplay, shit. Story,
It wasn't.
it was, dude. It was so clunky. You're fucking trying to go up, and he's going fucking sideways. You can't jump. You gotta hold R1 to run.
Well, I can relate all of that to Horizon as well.
Oh
Shut
shit, no.
What?
Fuck off, dude.
Shut up, dude.
I'm
Shut
kidding.
up,
I
dude.
forgot to mention, since I wasn't here, the game that I've been playing this week has been Horizon. Actually, I really like the photo.
Yeah, so how many hours you got?
mode
How many
feature.
hours you got now?
Yeah.
How many hours do you have?
I'd
100.
say around maybe 5, around 5,
Bro,
6.
That's it.
Maybe less than that. Less than that though. I went on that first tall head thing. Those like big robot stuff.
Tall necks.
Yeah.
Those things are
whatever.
awesome,
Yeah.
man. It's so awesome to
Yeah,
climb.
they are, and it's so
Yeah,
cool
they're better
when
than
you like.
Ubisoft's freaking towers.
Yeah, when you grapple down, like using photo mode is just pretty cool. Yeah.
The game's gorgeous. But no,
Anyways.
Assassin's Creed 2, it's like, if you look at gameplay, it's clunky as all shit. If you look at story, it's good, but that's what's holding the rest of the game up. If you look at, I mean, even the world itself is just, it got crowds right. Yeah, it did. I'm not ever going to deny that. But the game's not nice to look at in any regard whatsoever. I get it. It came out in what? It was 2009, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because it was
AC2, right? Are you talking about AC2?
Yeah, AC2.
Yeah, 2009. It was
Yeah, it was
AC1 came out
2009, right? I'm not saying in terms of
2007,
graphic.
and
In
then
terms of graphical
AC2
fidelity, that it had to be anything good because it's a 2009 game. But in terms of the fucking color palette, I'm not saying everything has to jump out at you, but this game was just,
Oh wait, right.
it was grey and brown and
Alright,
fucking. Oh, it was so uninspired in terms of the color palette. So it was just ugly to look at. So even if they got crowd right, I didn't really care because it was such a gloomy city. It was such, and the fact that I was getting pissed off repeatedly with the shit gameplay controls. The story held the game up, but that's all it's got going for it. Because the only other aspect you can really praise is how it runs, which is to say, it ran good. I don't remember it dropping much, so it ran good. The graphical fidelity is, I can't really rate it because it's a 2008 game. For 2009, and for 2009 it came out the same year as Uncharted 2. Let's put those two games fucking side
Oh,
by
yeah,
side.
that's
I get it, one's a
true,
linear
that's
game,
true.
but
You want to
still.
compare them?
Yeah, but it's an open world game.
Yeah, but no, but
Yeah,
you can still
that's
compare
another-
graphical fidelity in any type of 3D game, regardless
Alright,
if it's linear or open world. In terms of what the details that the game has to go into, yeah, you can't really, because the open world game is not going to have as much detail as Uncharted 2. But in terms of basic graphical fidelity, in terms of how it looks, they're so different. One's so nice to look at while the other isn't. Yeah, in terms of details, of course 2 is going to look better as Uncharted 2. But if you look at everything else, it's only got story going for it, and that's it. Like, nothing else.
Yet it's still more interesting than The Witcher 3.
Fuck, I knew you were going to say that.
Burn. What a
You were going to say
Uh,
that.
yeah.
I love that game a lot. Man,
That's
Justin,
not- yeah, me too. I love AC2.
Leonardo, or
I had so many memories. Like I can
Yeah.
still think of so many like awesome moments in AC2 that happened. Like I think the
Great.
part that I remember the most is when you get like that wingsuit thing from Leonardo
Yeah,
da Vinci
yeah,
and you're like
the
flying
controlled
across.
like
That was
shit.
awesome.
That
Yeah,
was so
man,
much
it was so
fun.
much fun to play though.
Yeah, it was fun, but it controlled like shit. And if I'm not mistaken, that used inverted controls.
Yeah, I think it did. I will agree on that part.
fuck,
It was a
and then
bit like
you had to fly
it
over
was hard to
fireplaces.
control at first.
You had to fly over fireplaces to get like
Yeah,
because
to
it
keep up,
boosted
to
your
keep up in
didn't
the
it? 'Cause
air.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
It was so
Jesus,
cool.
I remember that bit controlling like a piece of shit. I had to replay that section like 15 times. Oh my god. But the story's good.
I think I did like 5 times around.
Well, I mean, and that was the one where after that game, you would think the story would just. That's when they decided to go annual because of the success of Assassin's Creed 2, which is why I
Yeah.
hate it even more. Because
Yeah,
it's
'cause
the
they-
reason
yeah.
we get so many fucking games. Because of the success of it. I mean, that's not the fault of the game itself, but I hate Assassin's Creed 2. It's like Skyrim. It's like, why does everyone praise that game to shit? I don't get it.
Yeah, I can't really say a whole lot because I haven't beaten Assassin's Creed 2. I played a bit of it.
I don't blame you.
No, I will say it's definitely very clunky, and I maybe could say it's slightly overrated, but it isn't a game that screams out to me as being like completely mediocre. I think, I don't know. Maybe that's just because of the fact that maybe because I haven't played the whole game, I haven't really uncovered how like repetitive or
I mean, like, I feel like none of the Assassin's Creed games are necessarily like actually bad. They're still like, they're still decent games.
I think one can be considered like a really not a really bad game at all.
Which one? Number one? The first one?
Yeah, the first one. The first one can be considered like a fucking
AC1
really
is the only one I never
like
finished.
a low mediocre game.
That's the only one I didn't finish.
I don't really like it.
Yeah,
That's
I
why I
mean,
love Black Flag. I mean, I get it. Black Flag's 2013. It's gonna have better graphical fidelity. I understand that, but in terms of color palette, Jesus.
I thought Black Flag was amazing.
just to give you an
Black Flag was great.
Well, that's everybody's favorite is usually around 2.
Apart from Casual Jake, he hates 4.
Black
Well,
Flag
you know, I
was
remember
actually
everyone
really
hated
fun.
4 because it was a pirate. Everyone thought it was a pirate game
It
rather
was
than Assassin's Creed.
innovating. It was innovating. That's the
Yeah,
one
no,
thing the series needed. That's why everybody
Yeah,
loved
exactly.
it, and it worked well.
No,
Yeah, no, but then there was like the diehard Assassin's Creed fans that thought that like it
Yeah,
wasn't a real
like
Assassin's
my
Creed
friend
game.
Casual Jake, he hates Assassin's Creed 4. He actually thinks it's a bad game. He actually thinks it's like a 3 out of 10 game.
I could see that though, because like if you're not if you like, I mean, you
Yeah.
really had to like the pirate sections in Assassin's Creed 3 or really like 4.
Mm-hmm.
And like I know for like, example, my dad hated like those controls, so he didn't care for 4. But to me, it felt different. It felt more like different. The way you had to encounter battles about getting your ship.
I thought I actually liked it better than it was
Cannon,
before, to be
get out of
honest.
there quickly. What?
I like the like how in Assassin's Creed 3 they changed up like the mechanics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually preferred that as opposed to like AC2 Brotherhood and Revelations. Because wasn't in like Revelations you had like hold R1 and square to counter, something like that.
I remember you had to hold some R button while you press it. It was so
Yeah,
stupid.
exactly. And then you can like grab them or something and you like click what was it? Click X to like break their defense or something. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
That's it. Well, I can't think of any other overrated games really.
I can't think of one topic that we
Yeah.
didn't
Springs to
mention
mind.
though. News of the week.
The
What?
COD
Cobb.
series.
We did.
No, COD.
Cobb.
COD.
Quentin,
We
he
told you
finally
about
did
it.
it,
You still
people.
wanna
He
mention
finally
this?
left Naughty Dog.
Oh,
Oh,
come
yes.
Cobb.
Quentin Cobb.
Quentin Cobb.
Quentin Cobb.
Wait,
The
did
Q
you-
train
Wow.
has
Did you really
derailed,
deserve
my
it in this
friend.
segment? Jesus Christ.
Have you guys discussed
Nope.
that already or no?
No, we haven't.
No, eh?
Yeah, we waited for you. Don't worry, man. We
Fuck
waited.
Cobb.
We wanted to
Just
listen to
fucking
your
do
biblical praisings of Quentin Cobb and his Q train.
Well, no, I just kind of you have to have perspective, right? Because he's
He
not.
lied.
He
even-
lied. He's a
developed on
flat
the
out
game.
liar. He's been exposed as a
I don't know about any
liar.
of that. I don't
He
know about
lies.
all that
He
He
like-
said he
but-
worked on the.
He
Uncharted
flat
was
out
multiplayer
lied,
ever
Jaden. The evidence is right there. You cannot defend this
Well,
man.
perhaps he was
But
playing.
one-
on
I
something
very
else.
much doubt he
You
was.
never know.
Why would the developer be playing with the time he developed on a game?
Well, look at.
You're clutching at straws here,
Robert
Jaden.
Cogburn
You're
with
clutching.
with his polls. You never know. A lot of people are questioning whether he's being honest about that or not, right? So maybe
Which-
he was
Cobb
just
was
throwing off
defending
a few
himself.
about the polls on Twitter that he.
His polls. You're talking about
Yeah,
Robert
no, but,
Cogburn.
like, yeah, but a lot of people have been saying like, is this
That was
guy
a joke, though.
serious? Like they're questioning whether or not his polls are genuine or not, right? Like.
Okay,
maybe
what does
you
that have
can-
to do with? What does
Yeah,
that have to
you
do
can
with?
argue
He's going
that-
off
you
topic
can
because he
argue that
knows
Quentin was
Quentin
doing-
Cobb has been exposed as a
No,
liar.
no. You
He's going off topic, people.
Listen, listen. You can relate that to Quentin. Perhaps he was doing the exact same thing, and I don't know if he's lying. Like I haven't. Seen
I'm
I
pretty
don't know
sure he
much
has
about-
been lying,
know
bro.
how
He's
much-
been lying.
I mean, to me, I'm gonna still
Yeah, no,
respect him.
I'm not saying he hasn't. I don't know about that. Like I've never. I haven't seen any of those instances.
There's
the
the
evidence,
evidence, bro. I have even seen the
Well,
tweets.
no,
I
don't even
remember
get
him
involved with
tweeting
that.
them out.
That doesn't change my opinion, because a lot of people have been putting him on blast and saying, "Oh, thank God he's gone." Like there's been thousands, I
well-
mean not thousands, hundreds of comments, disrespectful comments, I'd say, and you just kind of have to again perspective, because he even stated that he's not even the lead. Like the developers, the multiplayer developers come up with like a decision altogether. I work for a living, right? Like I do have a part-time job, I mean, and even at our workplace, we come up and we decide on how we're going to approach the day, to make sure it's the most efficient, and quality, result that we can get. And the same thing with Naughty Dog and any other jobs. You can't just put, insult the guy. I mean, you can have your parodies and whatever. I just won't agree with them, obviously, and I have, and I'm pretty vocal about that. So I just don't think he should be have gotten the disrespectful reception
I
for
mean, he's just
resigning
disrespectful
from
to
Yeah.
the
Naughty Dog.
fans. That's in general
Yeah, you
blocking.
can argue
Like,
that,
that's how you
sure,
treat
sure,
fans.
but two wrongs,
Like,
but
I don't
listen,
see how
two
he
wrongs don't make a right.
respect
Two
doing
wrongs
that.
do not make a right, right? So
And if someone makes
Come
it
on.
wrong, you can criticize them on it. He
Yeah.
blocked people for
Exactly.
criticizing his work, and he fucking
yeah, well,
lied through his teeth.
Come on.
well, in terms of this, okay, in terms of the lying stuff, like I don't
Basically,
appreciate that,
what
whether
happened,
he has or hasn't,
he
right?
tweeted that he worked on Uncharted
Okay.
4's multiplayer just after The Last of Us. A few months later, he tweeted that when everyone started criticizing the multiplayer, he tweeted that he only started working on it post Uncharted 4.
Post the launch.
Barefaced lying about
Yep.
when he's developed the game.
Okay.
That's what happened. That's why
Perhaps.
everyone calls
Perhaps he
You
tweeted
can't
it out.
justify you can't justify his honesty through tweets. Come on.
What?
Jaden,
Like,
Jaden,
you know what I
stop
mean? Like,
sucking
look at
his
Donald
cock, man. He
Trump and
clearly
stuff,
tweeted
right?
this
Like,
out as
it's
facts.
just
No,
Stop
look,
sucking that
listen,
dick,
you
bro.
should-
I
you
can see
have
that
to
quote
have
unquote
respect.
poster in the
You can't
background,
just-
The
mate.
evidence is right there.
You can't. Okay, in terms of the whole blocking thing, like that is maybe that's his own subjective way in dealing with feedback. You
Yeah,
never
sure.
know. Like
Okay.
sure.
you can't criticize him over him blocking other people for giving
Man, we're
feedback.
trying to
Like,
make that.
that's
We
his
want.
own
Okay,
subjective.
dude, listen. Like, we want to get all the Uncharted fans. What we want is the game to be the best it can be, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We're
Sure.
trying to give criticism, or not even criticism. Well, yeah, criticisms and feedback.
Uh-huh.
And this guy blocks people
But
immediately
even
for that.
but it's just when because I've noticed, I know the community for the I have spent a lot of time with the Uncharted multiplayer, and I know that there is a lot of the multiplayer. There's like it's half half. Like there's the nice peaceful ones, and then there's the so much the opposite of that, right? And a lot of the times people like even Robin made a video, and I'm not saying like he disrespected Cobb or anything like that, but he has put the multiplayer team on blast a few times, and I just think it's the way we as a community project ourselves, because you have people like Sancho West, who is very respectful towards multiplayer, who does indeed send out his feedback, but he does it in a very calm and respectful manner. And I'm not saying that everyone has to be calm and respectful about it. It's just there is a turning point, because like if I'm working on a game and I'm getting like this like I'm being bombarded by a whole bunch of feedback and stuff, like eventually it gets frustrating, and especially when you announce something that you created in the game alongside other people in the multiplayer, and people put you on blast saying, oh, you just ruined the multiplayer. Like I would block that person, like hands down, right? You know what I mean? So
Nobody was blocking people who were just criticizing because
Yeah,
the thing
which-
is,
which,
as a
I mean,
developer, as a
again,
developer,
that's-
you've got to
Yeah.
be open-minded, because if someone's
like, I
if your
actually-
product's going on the market, it is up for criticism the second
it is.
it goes out. And the thing is,
Uh-huh.
Cobb was blocking people who were just innocently criticizing them and just giving feedback. He
Right,
shouldn't be
sure,
looking at and
sure.
think. Of course, if you get overwhelmed by feedback, you're going to be like, okay, which do I take seriously? But he shouldn't have blocked people. He should have stayed open-minded, looked at the criticism, read it, and then look at the way people criticize it. People criticizing, well, this is shit. Don't listen to that criticism, but don't
Yeah.
block the guy. Listen to the guy who's writing
Sure.
paragraphs about why he thinks a certain thing is poor. Look at Neil Druckmann. Neil Druckmann got completely called out by a fan on Twitter who said, keep your political bullshit out of my next game, which is an insult. Neil Druckmann didn't block the guy. He replied to him saying, I'm sorry, I can't do that. We as developers like to implement our creative ideas into our games. That is such a respectful
But
way of
everyone's
dealing with
different.
heavy criticism.
Everyone's different. Like everyone has their own way.
By the way,
of
Jaden,
approaching
you're
feedback.
you're saying that two wrongs don't make a right. So if they're being disrespectful and they're making a wrong, and then he's also doing a wrong, wouldn't that be?
Yeah,
I'm
disrespectful?
getting
Jaden.
away with it.
No, that's not a wrong. Blocking somebody isn't a wrong. Like I've had
How is
many
that not being
times
wrong?
where that's not wrong necessarily. Like
It
I
It is
understand
when a
what
person is
Blue-
giving logical
No, Blue, I understand
reasoning
what
for
you're
their.
saying about like how when people put something on the market that they have to be or they should be willing to be open about what they've produced, but they're not. It's not like this. It's not. They don't have to be forced to listen. They don't have to. None of that applies, because they have their own right to do whatever they want to do. And I'm not in any way saying that I agree necessarily with Quentin blocking people, but I don't think that he should be. I guess like insulted because of it, or criticized, or his personality or his character should not be criticized based off of something he's done on fucking social media. That's just absolutely ridiculous. And going back to the tweet things like that, come on, you can't justify somebody's dishonesty based off of 2 tweets.
Yeah,
Like,
but
come
the
on.
thing,
That's
Yeah,
No,
but
but
he
you
it's,
straight up
straight up
lied.
lied,
it's not
Jaden.
like it was.
Look at
I
it
mean,
however you
like,
fucking want. He
it's
tweeted that,
different.
therefore he lied.
Listen. It's different is if he went onto a live stream and said one thing and then the next he said another. That's completely different, and I would have no respect for him
Why?
in that aspect.
it's a
But like,
different platform.
it's Twitter.
Exactly.
We're writing
Twitter, you
messages to
post your
people.
thoughts. Yeah,
Like,
you post your
yeah, but
thoughts.
like, but it doesn't have to be honest thoughts, Brendan.
Jaden,
Come
you're
on.
just trying to make up
What?
excuses as to
Dude,
why
he wasn't
you
joking
still
around,
have this
Jaden.
perfect image of quitting. That's all you're doing. You're trying to
I
correspond
don't
to
have any perfect
any
images of him.
evidence you
It's
have that
just
he's
I
a
feel
good.
like I feel like I feel like it's almost like a misinterpreting thing because like I went on to Robin's stream and I've heard like there's been instances where he has blocked people based off of them giving their feedback, and then I kind of felt like a part of the crowd. Like I kind of went on with people, kind of like mocked him in a way, and I felt really bad because it's like at the same time, like he is just one individual. Maybe he's made. You guys agree that he's made a mistake. He's blocked people for feedback, whatever.
Yeah, but I think his mistakes have gone back like even way before Uncharted 4.
Well, I would need proof of that, right? Obviously, and even then, people make mistakes
Well,
in
I think
general. Like
before then it like was mainly due to like the fact that like the things that he added to like Last of Us or something, right?
him.
Well, like
himself,
didn't he
'cause
create
Oh
like the
my
tactical shotgun that
God.
everyone?
I love the
Yeah.
Yeah,
tactical
he was
shot.
one
Yeah.
unbalanced.
I
Oh,
love
yeah,
using the
Just
tactical
because you
shot.
love using
Shotgun.
shitty weapons,
Like-
Jaden, because you're shit at the multiplayer.
Uh-huh. Oh come on! Oh, you trust me.
You
You
need,
haven't
Yeah.
you
seen
need the
how I
tactical
play on
shotgun
The
to do
Last
good
of
in the
Us.
Last of Us multiplayer or something.
No, I use the bow actually, but like
1v1,
I know
I'm
I get what you're
one
saying, but like it's a group decision. You guys keep acting like he's one.
Yeah, but the
person
thing
who
is,
keeps
from what I've
working on
heard,
the
he
yeah,
was the
they also
person
say
who
that
came
he's
up with
the
the
one that
idea of
created
running
the
that weapon
sidekick.
into the
Oh, yeah.
game. Therefore, if it's his thoughts,
You
then
can't
yeah.
say that.
Okay, so here are some of his tweets because obviously I respect this dude.
You suck his
So
dick.
he was saying like
That
he's
was-
had many great moments in The Last of Us, and he said this.
Okay, well,
The
obviously I can't say
hilarious
that.
thing, the hilarious thing is I'm not even a lead. I didn't make any decisions about design myself. Everything was done as a group basically. And
That contradicts him saying the fact that he invented sidekicks. That contradicts
Yeah.
that.
Well, no, but you can invent something. That doesn't mean like that you were. No, you're wrong, Blue. Like just because I created something doesn't
reread
mean.
that tweet again, please. Just reread it.
Yeah, sure. The hilarious thing is I'm not a lead. I didn't make any decisions about design myself. Everything was done collaborate as a group. Yeah.
So he would. So
like although he maybe he
I
made
remember
up
reading a
you
tweet that
know-
him saying he made the sidekicks. He's like,
Yeah.
yes, I made the
He-
sidekicks.
that was his
And then he's like,
exact-
the sidekicks are here to stay.
Yeah, but
I-
that
and, like, I
but that
agreed with
doesn't
him or
mean
something.
no, but like that doesn't mean that they didn't all decide on implementing that into their game though. You know what I mean?
No, I
Like,
know, but Robert Codburn's basically just as deluded because he's putting out polls on Twitter asking if people want
Uh-huh.
sidekicks in classic mode. The
Mhm.
both of them are fucking deluded, but the thing is, Cobb was one of the big roles. That's why people talk about him. He is one of the lead roles. Robert was the lead. He was one of them who worked on the design of Uncharted 4's multiplayer. And the reason that tweet that you've just read out contradicts everything he says is because his tweets were, I made the sidekick, so I think they're awesome. Blatantly saying I'm not going to be open to criticism. And then, so he's basically admitting there and then he worked on sidekicks. That is a design. That is one of the big implementations of Uncharted 4's multiplayer. So he did work on that. He admitted that. And then in
like
that,
he helped
that looking back
create.
tweet, he's just said he never worked on it.
Well, okay, so there's a tweet where he says, "I haven't worked on the sidekicks at all." Is there like a hard, solid tweet that he said that? Right? Is there? Like, I'm asking you guys this question.
No.
Well, if there is, then he
Okay.
contradicts himself because he said he worked
Yeah,
on them.
exactly. Which would be true, except for the fact that this is on Twitter. Apart from the fact that that's on
That's
That's
Twitter.
bullshit,
Doesn't matter,
Jaden. That's a
Jaden.
bullshit
Because
excuse.
no, like
That's
no,
fucking
no,
bullshit.
It's not
It's
BS.
It's
It's
BS,
not
mate.
You have to be open-minded about this,
No, but here's
right?
the thing,
It's on
the thing
Twitter.
is
He
that's
said
probably
it.
worse. That's probably
Yeah,
worse. But the thing is, wait, in real life, if he was to say something like, say something out the blue just on an impulse, that would be like, okay, maybe he just didn't mean to say it. He said it in the edge of the moment. On Twitter, he's got to think about what he's typing. So
Yeah,
if
and he
he's
typed it
openly
out.
putting that up on
And he
on
skipped it
public
up.
social media,
Donald
then he
J.
must have
Trump,
thought
who
about
does-
what he said.
Who tweets all sorts of nonsense on Twitter? Like, come on, you
do.
can't. Like, I know what you're saying. Like, I agree with you to some degree, but like, that's not entirely true. And I just don't think it makes any sense to say that because he said something on Twitter's and then the next few months later he said it that kind of contradicts the tweet.
No,
That
it
doesn't
doesn't
mean
kind of.
that
It
doesn't
kind of,
justify
it completely does, Jaden.
whatever,
Jaden.
it doesn't matter. But like that doesn't justify like that doesn't mean it's all true. Like there's all sorts of dishonesties on social media and Twitter in general.
That's a bullshit
And the reason
excuse,
why I'm
Jaden. It's a
heavily
bullshit excuse.
the reason why I'm heavily defending them is because I'm gonna not is because
I'm an
like you have to
aspiring
have
game developer.
perspective and you
Naughty
have
Dog
to
for their
be
I'm an
sympathetic
aspiring
with people,
game
right?
developer.
You can't just judge him based off of something that he's
They're human.
something so stupid. Yeah, exactly.
No,
They
but
are. Everyone
we
makes
don't just
mistakes
judge him
anyways.
based off of that, though.
Yeah, but like then some
It's
people
like a
are
combination of
judging.
all
If
Some
you want
people
to
do
praise all
general.
over
game
the years.
developers and you're not going to give them any criticisms, then what's the incentive for them to make a good game if they're just going to get a pass anyway?
Wait. Can you repeat that again? Because your mic
If
kind
you're
of.
just going to keep defending Naughty Dog and keep giving
Uh-huh.
Quentin a pass and just keep giving everybody at Naughty
No,
Dog a pass,
I don't
never
think
giving
I'm
them any
giving anyone a
criticisms,
You are,
pass.
though.
then what's
I
their
just
incentive
I'm
to
willing.
make a good game? What's
No,
the
I'm not.
incentive?
I'm just willing to because I've made this extremely clear in some of my videos, which I'm sure none of you've watched because whatever. Um, I've made several videos in which I've hated the certain aspects of the multiplayer. I can't stand the sidekicks. I wish they would just be on like team deathmatch or something, and then all the other game modes have none of them. The mysticals I'm fine with, to be honest with you, but the sidekicks I can't stand. The downing system's all right. There's certain elements to the multiplayer that I heavily disagree with, but you have to. I'm not gonna put them on blast over something. You know what I mean? Like there's two. Like I have two opposing sides. Like I do. I'm very reasonable. Like I'm. It's not like I haven't criticized the multiplayer or some of the games. Like the first. Hold on. I'm gonna refer back to a tweet. Hold on.
Oh
Okay.
my fucking
Just
god.
give me a second. Yeah. It's on my it's pinned onto my Twitter page. So here it goes: at Naughty Dog, at Robert Cogburn, at Bad Data or Data, which is Anthony
Can
Newman,
we please have a
designer,
level
at
system?
Robin Gaming. Now I actually did this for I didn't want to tag Quentin Cobb because I did have that misleading fear that he would block me.
probably
But
would've.
here's what I said. Despite how amazing the Uncharted 4 multiplayer is, I think adding a leveling system will be worth it. Please, it got 99 likes and 38 retweets. So
That's 'cause
there's
you
been
asked a
instances
lot of
where I
people
have.
to.
Retweet
What?
it. You even asked me.
Oh come on!
You
Like
asked
I
me.
asked like you and you. I didn't ask a lot. I no. I asked like 3 people.
Right, and it led to
I mean, I
99.
tagged please. Yeah, 99 likes. That is. Yeah, I think it has like 10,000 impressions. Anyways, it doesn't matter how many impressions it has. It worked, and it wasn't only that video. I've made a video saying, at Naughty Dog, please implement a leveling system. After I spoke to Robert Cogburn and Vineet Argawal when the game first launched with a few of my online friends, I'm like, look, one thing that I really wish you guys would add is a leveling system. And they were so shocked to see that people really wanted it because they didn't think they did. And so they
So
But they
you
still
guys
fucked
let's
up by
listen. So
making
they
the
listened, right?
leveling system essentially private.
We have you, Dank.
They still
Sorry?
messed up by making the leveling
I'm
system
sorry?
private, though, because I mean, nobody in a public match
Yeah,
is going
I
to see
agree.
that out of
I
the fear
can't
that it's
stand the
like,
fact
oh,
that it's private, but they do have their reasons for it, and I do agree with it. But like I do, I side with the people who think that they should not be private. I do with in that.
Why would it be private? That's the whole point of the leveling system.
Yeah, well,
guys.
no,
They want people to quit
there's
out.
reasons for it. There's reasons for it. They said that
Like
they
what?
didn't want
Like
people, they didn't want people like
To quit
I
every
guess-
match because there's higher levels than them.
yeah, exactly. That kind of it kind of slows down the matchmaking
yeah.
process.
So,
right?
so
If
why
if
don't you
know
just
what
That's
dip?
what they
What?
also
So
said
what?
map voting, but map
There's
voting's
been
only 10
moments.
seconds.
Well, they had that. You see, they tested the waters for like Uncharted 3 and Uncharted 3 and The Last of Us. They just kind of tested the waters in those games. I don't know what they were doing
Yeah,
with
but they have
that.
map
but yeah.
voting in all their multiplayer games until this one, and now it's like no map voting.
Yeah,
which
well,
is
no, I mean, map voting would be cool, but like, again, it increases the time spent on matchmaking
That's 'cause
rather
they
than
don't have good servers.
Oh, you can argue that. Yeah, sure, maybe they don't, and I
No,
think
it's a
Naughty Dog.
fact.
Well, you don't know that, but let's say
What do you
let's say
mean?
they do. Let's say they
You
do.
always
Like
hit the plug, but okay.
I definitely, yeah, that's
I might
true. I
just
definitely think
skip
that
this
Naughty
out of my
Dog should
podcast.
invest in Naughty Dog should definitely invest in that. I don't know why they haven't. I don't know what's holding them back from doing so. I think
Because
they should.
multiplayer is
Again,
not the focus.
okay, sure, whatever.
All
Okay,
right. Well,
like,
everything's like resources and stuff. So
yeah, that's true.
But your argument was that you were trying to stick up for Cobb, but the reason that people are putting him on blast, I don't agree with the fact that he's getting attacks on his
like
on
death
a
threats and
personal
stuff like
level. I'm
that.
gonna sit here and say Cobb's a dickhead or something like that. But the thing is, that's a vocal minority in comparison to the people that just want to criticize the game, and the people that are criticizing have valid criticisms. Clearly, they implemented the leveling system because there was an overwhelming majority of people that wanted that, and in the end, they just had
Correct.
to do it. They had to.
Correct.
But the thing is with Cobb is that he's handling different things that's why he's getting put on blast is the way he approaches certain circumstances. And it's not to say Robert Cogburn doesn't get criticized in the same way, because it's fucking ridiculous poll tweets about do people want mysticals and fucking sidekicks in Classic. That's the point of Classic. I think the whole team is pretty much delusional. But the thing about Cobb is that there's too many instances where he's not listening, or he's given us a reason to put him on blast. Maybe not on a personal level, but definitely from a critical standpoint, because the way he's approaching it is he's blocking people who are criticizing, which he should never do as a developer. No one should do that. They should always be open to criticism. Of course, if you're getting attacked on a personal level, go for it, block away, do whatever you want. But he should be open to criticism. And the thing is, he's constantly contradicting himself. So that tweet you read out was a direct contradiction of him saying, one, he's not working on the design of Uncharted 4, and then another one where he said, well, I made the sidekicks, so I think they're awesome. Both that's wrong in the sense that he's in denial and he doesn't want to be open to criticism, and two, he's blatantly contradicting himself again, because he's contradicting himself in the past, and that's why he's getting put on blast. Not because he's a knobhead or because he's an arsehole. He's actually a pretty innocent guy, but it's the way he's going about dealing with criticism as a developer is exactly why he's being put on blast. Not because he's an arsehole, and I don't agree with the personal attacks, but that's a very small vocal minority in comparison to those people who want to critique the game like us five.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail in that aspect of it, because I'm making a game with my friends and I, and it sounds I guess in some way far-fetched, but it doesn't matter. We are creating a game together, and in some cases I haven't been quite open about certain, like somebody criticized something that I wanted to implement into the game, or this style that we were reaching for, and he's like, no, we shouldn't have that. And I was like, you know what? And I wasn't willing to accept that until he kind of gave me reasons to why it was. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're probably right. Creating all these assets and objects for this open world game that we were planning on creating would be too difficult. So we went for like a more linear game. Yeah. So I agree. Like, I'm like that too. Like what you're saying about Quentin Cobb, like I do in some cases where the feedback is so, it's like, like you're so proud about something that you've created, and people dislike it so differently. Like you kind of say things, and so yeah, I do agree.
What?
Jaden's dead. I think Quentin Cobb shoved his dick in Jaden's mouth and he's not speaking.
Jaden died.
Jaden? I think he saw Quentin Cobb and he fainted.
No, don't call for his name. I think we end it here.
Jaden saw Quentin and he fainted.
Oh man, yeah. I think we've been going on for quite a while, so
yeah. Justin, you can use honors.
Oh man, yeah, we've been going on for quite a while. I think it's like what, an hour and a half.
An hour and 45 minutes I got on mine. Oh!
Oh wow, it's quite a long episode. Yeah, honestly I think it's a good time to wrap it up anyways. So Jaden's back now, but
wait, can you guys not hear me? I was talking.
No,
right. You have an audio spike. You say that. Oh.
Yeah, but Jaden, basically, okay, if you have any concluding thoughts, because we want to wrap it up, so.
Well, what I was saying is,
no.
Wait, so you guys didn't hear me this entire time? Wait, I'm so confused. Wait, just answer my question. You guys didn't hear what I was saying?
Jaden's mom, please unplug his router.
Yeah.
I was trying to. Okay, let me just summarize it a bit. So what I was saying is, I can relate to Quentin Cobb
because you get
sense,
tons
like,
of hate
no,
on
no,
channel.
No, that's not what
because he gets hate on his V-Stars videos.
Is correct.
Who he really is.
What Blue said is correct, because sometimes you create something and you're not so open. You're not willing to hear the feedback, in which you kind of like say, no, I like that idea. And and then I related back to me and my friends creating a game in which we wanted to do this open world game, and somebody said, no, that's not a good idea, and I wasn't willing to accept that until he gave me reasons to why we shouldn't do it, because of all the assets that we would have to create. And so we went for a linear game, and so
we already heard that part, Jin.
Oh, okay, all right, cool.
So is that it? That's all you got? All right.
Thank God for that. Thank God for that.
All right, cool.
For now. Yeah. Screw you too, Dan.
I'm sorry. Just because The Walking Dead sucks.
It
does,
doesn't.
bro.
Okay, let's not
It
start
does
this. Let's not start this again, please.
That's not gonna be
God.
The Witcher 3 sucks.
Fuck
Jaden's
you.
channel
Oh,
sucks.
God. Oh god. Oh god.
Wait, did somebody say dance channels?
Oh, don't worry. I'm happy if my channel sucks
Shut up.
because I know it. It's all right because I know.
Just
Oh,
a
no.
gaming copycat.
All right. Okay. Let's go. That's enough. Okay. I'm gonna end this here now. Ready? All right. So
Awesome.
before we end this, I want to quickly announce something. All right. So right now it's April 29th of recording. So that means okay. So this is really depending on if we have an episode next week. But in case we don't, I just want to announce it here. So um starting on May the 13th, we're going to be doing our pre E3 coverage. So, of course, E3 takes place in June, like around June 14th or June 10th or whatever around there. So, we're going to be doing around like a month of E3 pre coverage where each week, instead of doing gaming at its core. So, basically, if we don't do gaming at its core next week, this is basically going to be the last episode of gaming at its core for a while at least because we're going to be
Until,
basically
like, middle of June.
Yeah, like after
Yeah,
E3,
until,
won't it? So
like,
we can like
middle of
round up our
June.
thoughts, I guess. Like.
Yeah. So basically, every week before like the pre E3 coverage, each week we're gonna be releasing like 2 to 3 videos regarding E3 on different topics and stuff like that. So each video will be around like maybe like 20 to 30 minutes long. So basically, it'll be like a gaming at its core replacement, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, once again, if we have an episode next week, I'll basically like go more in depth about that. But yeah, just to let you guys know, if we
Just
don't have an
FYI,
episode next
if
week.
somebody's
So.
still watching
Yeah.
after that long.
So,
Jaden-
anyways, to all the people who might still be watching up to this point, thank you for watching. Check us out on SoundCloud because why not? And yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah. Any final thoughts, guys, or no?
Jaden's
Nope.
cheeky man.
Go buy Edith Finch right now.
Go buy FIFA 17,
Basically.
people. Don't worry,
Fuck off,
I'm going
Dan.
to ensure that
Fuck
FIFA 18 is my
Go
first
support me on
20.
Patreon because that's the place to play.
I'm
No,
just
we
gonna make.
got
I'm just gonna make
We
this.
got 0 Patreon.
Go trash
Yep.
The Witcher 3.
Nah, I'm joking. It's awesome. But yeah, I've got nothing to say.
All right. Yep. So those are our final thoughts. If you're still watching up until this point, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll probably see you next week. But if not, we'll check you guys, or we'll see you guys next time, in the basically in the pre E3 coverage. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
See ya.
Farewell, farewell.
See ya.
Yeah. May we meet again.